Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Frame Trap. I am your host, Brad Ellis, once again joined by my co-host, Michael Damiani.
How's it going, everybody?
And our guest this week, or episode, is Mike Huber.
Baseball is now an auto-scroller.
It is?
Yep. 20-second pitch clock.
Oh,
dude.
no,
15
that's good.
second.
That's good.
But it's an auto-scroller. It's like the freaking level is moving and you cannot stop. You cannot relax. You cannot take a knee.
The headlines I've said is like, new pitch clock paying dividends already in spring baseball.
Dude, it's
like
probably
spring
just
training.
all the players because they get paid the same and they work less. They work less hours. They're all into it.
They said people want this. That a lot of people want it like that. Like it's.
I never asked for
I know
this.
you didn't ask for it, but a lot of people don't want to sit through like 3.5, 4 hours of a baseball. They want 2.5 hours. That's what they're shooting.
Auto-scroller. It's an auto-scroller
This is what
now.
the shot clock did for basketball. This is what the shot clock did for basketball. Is basketball games used to like.
Baseball's not basketball. Basketball's fast-paced.
Hey.
We talked about this on the way here. Yeah. The younger generations don't want to sit through that.
Yeah, I get it.
I
get it. I don't like it,
they
but
want
I get
Moneyball.
I get yeah. Dude. It's not the last time you will hear a baseball rant.
Oh, I know.
I'm surprised you didn't say like your response that was like, "Welcome back to Major League Baseball." Sort of.
Sort of.
You got a clock now.
Yeah, sort of.
All right, dudes. Something happened when I was gone, so I just quickly wanted to talk about it because we had two people write in about it also, and that is Shinji Mikami leaving Tango Gameworks.
Yeah.
Which is surprising, I guess.
It is.
But well, let me go into the questions real quick. Josh Navarro wrote in and said, "What does Huber think of Shinji Mikami leaving Tango Games? Is he as heartbroken as I am?"
It is bittersweet. I'm really sad because my number one desired video game for the last couple years and still right now, probably not Shenmue 4, Evil Within 3. We just need one more Evil Within to wrap it all up. So I wanted him to be there to see it through, you know, even if he didn't direct it or whatever, just to be there for the end of it, if and when we get Evil Within 3. But he's been in the industry so long, and he was all about getting the next generation ready, which he has done.
Yeah.
You know, he probably feels that way. Like they've been, you know, Hi-Fi Rush, Evil Within 2, Ghostwire, they've been doing really well. So yeah, it's bittersweet. And I wonder if he's just gonna like take a break, because I imagine how taxing and stressful that is to run a video game company and ship video games, especially someone who's been doing it for so long. So I wonder if he's just gonna like take a break or
State it.
something
Next
else
question.
potentially.
Damiani, do you have any thoughts about it?
You're getting Resident Evil Code Veronica remake. You're getting remake for its
Dino Crisis remake.
and Dino Crisis.
Like he never got to remake Dino Crisis, dude. Let's go.
Time to fulfill the dreams.
Yeah.
All dreams are coming true.
Yes.
He, in fact, wrote in to the Silent Hill F creators as well, because they asked what the F should stand for, or what people think F should stand for, and he had an idea for them. They were so blown away that, like, can you come, like, work on Silent Hill F as well?
So, yo, you already did Resident Evil? Silent Hill, it's time. Full circle.
Right.
Sage Mode Q wrote in, "Yo, Brad and Huber and Damiani, as much as I've seen jokes about it, you think there is any shot Mikami would actually go back to Capcom and remake Code Veronica or RE1 again? LOL. I feel like with remake Wesker finally about to make his debut in RE4 remake, now's the perfect time to unleash the Wesker/Chris trilogy. RE1, Code Veronica, RE5, which I expect them to remake as well, load and respect."
Ooh.
I love it, because seriously, now is the moment. Everyone has been talking about Code Veronica. Are they going to skip it? Are they going to remake it? What are they going to do? What are they going to do? I think now, out of order, it actually makes more sense for people who've never played it to get them even more hyped. So you tease Wesker in 4 subtly, and then Code Veronica, you hype the shit up of like, yo, where was Wesker? What was he doing? Go back to Code Veronica. So I think it actually makes a lot of sense for them to do Code Veronica after Remake 4.
You think they would do Code Veronica before remaking 1 again?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I feel like remaking 1 is the money decision.
It is.
But
It's tough. I don't know.
obviously, we think remake for 1 is incredible already.
Yeah.
But that's like old Resident Evil style.
Yeah. I could see Mikami doing either of them. I honestly could.
Was he
to
in-
answer the question, I totally could see him
At Capcom.
at Capcom going back and doing something like remake,
God Hand 2.
God Hand 2,
Yeah.
Vanquish prequel.
Not Capcom, though.
yeah. I could totally see him doing Resident Evil or even Dino Crisis. I actually
Sure.
could
Yeah,
see it
I
go
could see that.
down.
If they hired him to do Dino Crisis, I think
Yeah.
that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. One final game.
But for him to step away from his like company,
I know.
Weird.
I know. It is weird. But like
Unfinished
also
business.
unfinished business, and it's like he's leaving it in good hands, you know?
Yeah.
Like especially after Hi-Fi Rush, like the reception and
Yeah.
the love from everyone for that game, like
did you see the Evil Within 3 Easter eggs?
I did.
Even? Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Not 3, but Evil Within.
yeah.
Cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you think, Damiani?
Yeah.
High
He's
chance?
now free to pursue. It said his unfinished business.
Yeah.
This would be like it'd be like if Sakaguchi could come back for like one last Final Fantasy.
Whoa,
Like, it's
whoa.
it's like we're bringing him back for one. Like what?
One
Know
last
what they
one.
do? They're gonna bring Sakaguchi back in like 4 years to remake Final Fantasy 1.
Wow.
So
Because we're at Stranger of Paradise,
sick.
but like we'll get
Yeah.
like, a serious remake.
That'd be
wild.
So sick.
Yeah, like a reboot.
Yeah. Dude, what if like Mikami comes back, one last fixed camera Resident Evil? Like you never know.
What if they could team? Would you ever be interested in this? A new type of Resident Evil, but like they've also brought on. This is like healing all wounds right here, Huber. Bring back Platinum as well to have them like make like Platinum and Capcom's Resident Evil team working together with Mikami to make a new type of Resident Evil game.
I'd be so in. If Mikami is anywhere even near a future Resident Evil game, I will weep with joy. Honestly.
to give him a blank check to like, hey, we
Yeah.
have a task
Yeah.
for you. We have a challenge.
Yeah.
So we know you're looking for a challenge.
Yeah.
We need you to reinvent Resident Evil.
Yeah.
And you'll have
done it.
all the resources.
Oh, he's done it.
Yeah.
He's done it. Yeah.
One more time.
One more
reinvent it.
time. One more ride.
Was the Evil Within the last game he directed?
Evil Within 1, last thing he directed. And then John Johannes directed the DLC
Two.
and 2.
2, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so he hasn't been directing for a while.
Hi-Fi Rush. Yeah, it's been a while.
Get back in that saddle.
One last one.
Get back in that saddle. No, not one last one. Keep going.
Because he said Evil Within was going to be like his last one.
Yeah.
Because he wanted the new generation to take over. But everyone always comes back for one more.
Yeah, I guess
Everyone
so.
always comes out of retirement for like one more.
I hope so.
Sports players, dude.
Yeah.
They're just like,
It is.
one more.
It is just comfy having him work on a game.
You wanna see-
The entire video game industry is better because of Shinji Mikami.
Yeah.
He is so important to the legacy of just video games. So yeah, it's huge news, huge moment, and I'm happy for him. Whatever he does, like I like that you have a couple months too. It's not just some sudden yo,
yeah.
I'm out. It was like, yeah, I'm leaving in a few months.
Yeah.
So
Take some time off from
Good
Mikami or
vibes.
whatever.
good vibes
Yeah.
all around. Bittersweet.
Relax.
Yeah.
And
Countdown
get back to
begins
work.
for Spencer Mansion with ray tracing.
Yo, let me walk those halls in VR.
Dude, it will happen.
on,
Yeah,
come
it's gonna happen.
It'll happen, yeah.
Huber, it's gonna happen.
I'm waiting for it, dude. I'm waiting for that moment. Just like Resident Evil VR tour. You can just like walk through all the environments. Like, tour? Yeah. Check out freaking RPD. Check out Spencer Mansion. Like, yes.
Yeah, that'd be cool. All right, let's get into our first game. Hubert, you've been playing this. You've talked about this on the podcast before. Not this podcast, the Easy Allies podcast, but you're still playing it. You thought
Still
you'd be
playing.
done,
Oh my God.
but it's massive.
Yeah.
One of the big ones.
Yeah.
Like a Dragon Ishin.
Yes.
Tell us about it. Finally,
So
it's finally here.
good.
Ooh.
So good. I've talked about like some of my fatigue with Yakuza.
Yes.
Just because it was so many
I
games.
feel like we're getting like 2 or 3 a year.
Yeah, and you know, over like when I first started playing, they were like spaced out. You
Yeah.
know, it was like a while between each one, but then like ever since Zero and Kiwami
Zero,
and stuff, it was just
new
like
era.
Yeah.
overload. So it's like I've gone through Yakuza. Like if I count them, it's like close to like 10 games. I feel like. So it's like that formula became so routine.
Yeah.
Even Yakuza 7 being turn-based still felt so familiar.
Yeah, sure.
To
I
the
think from a
formula.
narrative
Yeah.
standpoint and stuff,
Yeah.
and tone.
Like a Dragon Ishin. Same formula,
Yeah.
but samurai themed. And I am just absolutely obsessed with this video game. Every single time I sit down and think, dude, I gotta get through this. I need to get this review out. I'm just gonna do main story missions. Hours of side quests.
Yeah.
Hours go by. There's so many things to do.
Yeah.
And Yakuza is one of the absolute all-time best series at tying all those activities together in a very, very meaningful way. Everything feeds on everything. When you're doing this thing over here, it's giving you shit for this. When you're doing this over here, it's helping you out with stuff over here. So everything always feels worth it. And of course, the side quests, like the stories of them, are hilarious.
Yeah.
Not the best ever, but really, really solid side quests. There's a lot of building bonds with shopkeepers and stuff. They do a lot of that. Like, you know, when you like, there's like a really funny one. No spoilers for the main story, but like I'll talk about just like a couple little things here and there. There's one where like this the bartender has like a bar little restaurant area, and you go to drink, and I'm just gonna call him Kazuma, but it's Sakamoto. Let's call him Sakamoto.
Yeah, but it's Kazuma.
Yeah, Sakamoto's like, yo, can I get you a drink? And the bartender's like, no, I'm good. And Kazuma's like, no, like, you should have a drink. I don't want to like pressure you, but like, are you sure? Like, this is your bar. Like, you're the bartender. Like, shouldn't you drink with me? He's like, no. So like you leave or whatever, like come back like later or whatever. Finally pressure him into doing it. He has like one sip, runs around the side, and is just like throwing up. It's just like, like it's crazy.
Oh my god.
And then like, then it like goes into this whole thing about like, oh dude, I'm just, you know, is it embarrassing that I can only have a sip and I'm a bartender? Like I own a bar, but I can only have one sip. And I just get like,
It feels like a nod to Back to the Future 3 with Doc, where you can't have a drink and all this liquor.
yeah, dude, wouldn't be surprised. They reference so
And then
many
when they wake
things.
him up, he goes all crazy and stuff.
So funny. Just stories like that. But the main premise of the game is Sakamoto is looking for someone. That is the premise of the entire video game. I don't want to say more than that, but he's looking for someone. There's some undercover shit, and he's looking for someone. That's all I'll say about that.
Okay.
But it's got classic Yakuza vibes, you know. If you've played one, you know exactly what it is. Like just the balance between really, really serious, but also really heartfelt, funny. It just really balances all the different types of emotions so well. Then the main side mission, because every Yakuza has like the main
Yeah,
side
I was gonna ask
activity.
you, what's the thing this time?
It's called Another Life.
Okay.
What?
Okay. The only character who retains her name, Haruka.
Oh, really?
Yep. Retains her name. And she has this like house with a little farm out front. And she like couldn't pay rent, so you like help her out, whatever, not a spoiler. So then you like live there.
Is your role with her kind of the same? Like
You're
a
like-
father figure?
You're looking out for her a little
Okay.
bit. It's not as close as Yakuza. It's nowhere near that, but like maybe it'll get there, but like I don't
Sure.
think so. It's
Yeah,
more
yeah,
just
yeah.
like, hey, you fell on some hard times, like I'll help out
He's just
around
being a
the-
good dude.
Yeah, help out around the house. But you can like farm. So you farm like these ingredients, you'll just like put them down and then like time will go by and then you pick them up. So like Cosmo farming, you can then take those ingredients and cook in the house. So you're like little mini games, dude. You're like chopping up the food. You're like, dude, this one mini game, it's like gets me every time. Ugh. You like pour the liquid, right? And there's this little meter that rises, and you have to like stop it at the sweet spot.
Yep.
But sometimes it'll like stop immediately, but then sometimes you'll stop and it'll be like a little extra, and it'll always go past. I'm just like, damn it.
Gotta become a master chef.
Yeah.
Gotta learn to read that stuff.
Yeah. So it's like, yeah, you can make the food, and then of course the way everything ties into each other, it's like, yo, you make some food, and then you'll find people who like want homemade dishes.
Oh, sick.
So everything just tied. Like you're farming vegetables. There's people that want vegetables. Just the way everything ties in is incredible. Then of course, there's fishing. There's the arena. There's this
combat arena?
Yeah, combat arena. There's like this scarecrow clockwork mansion where you like go and like destroy all these scarecrows in a time limit.
Okay.
There's not karaoke, but like live musical performances. There's just so much to do, and it's all fun, and it's all meaningful, and it's just like, it's really hard to not engage with all that content. It is so addicting.
Tell me about this like town you're in. It's not Kamurocho, I
Yeah.
assume, but how big is it?
Yeah, it's a pretty good size.
Is there one town? Is there multiple towns?
It's like, it's the one big one. It's the one main
It's like
town.
the Kamurocho.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's the one main big town. Similar size, I feel like.
Okay.
Instead of taxis, they have like the pelican
Yeah,
things that you
cool.
can like teleport to. Similar navigation, right? You're just like going through the town, picking things up that you find, little loot here and there. People will like roaming mobs will be there and be like, "Hey, let's fight!"
Yeah. Basic
that
stuff, yeah.
Classic. The shops as well. There's a Don Quixote.
Oh, I was gonna ask you
Yeah.
about the shop.
There's a Don Quixote.
Specifically that one.
Yeah.
The best.
Yeah. They don't have the sick modern day jingle though.
No,
Don Quixote.
Yeah, of
Instead,
course.
it's just like some instrumental thing.
Aw.
Yeah. Restaurants you can go in and eat, and pawn
Yeah.
shop and all
Cool.
that. But yeah, just a good size and fun to explore. And like, I usually find myself just like not fast traveling because I just want to like run through the city.
Yeah,
it's like,
yeah.
Got a really cool aesthetic. Still feels cross-gen a little bit,
Yes.
Like I'm used to, when Yakuza 3 originally came out, and then like 6, those were some of the best looking games, like really good looking. This one, it looks good. It looks really good.
It runs
and, like,
good though,
and
doesn't
it runs well. Like some cutscenes will like dip a little tiny bit. Nothing to be like bothersome really, but like you see a little dip here and there, but it's like not a big deal.
Yeah. It's so like, I guess, what is it about this one that's really bringing you back to the series? Is it just the new setting?
Love the setting.
I guess like the combat's different maybe.
The combat really helps because you're not just like punching people over and over and over again. Even though you had different styles in Yakuza, it was like
punching, you're
kicks.
kicking, yeah.
This, there's an unarmed brawler class. There's the swordsman class. It's the gunslinger class, which I cannot fucking wait until you Slack message me after you've used this gun. Brad, you are going to laugh.
Yeah.
And there's Wild Dancer, which is both gun and sword.
Oh, that's cool.
But I think I haven't gotten sick of the combat yet.
That's good.
And I always look at Yakuza games like they are beat 'em ups. They have beat 'em up vibes where it's like you're just running through, enemies will attack, and you'll just like pop, mash it out, take them out. Maybe do a combo here and there. But like the swordsman class is cool because it's a little bit technical. Like you don't want to mash. You want to be precise, and like blocking is key.
Okay. Can you parry stuff
You
at all?
can parry.
Can you parry a bullet?
There is a move where you can parry and block bullets.
Yes!
You have to unlock. You have to like learn it
That's so sick.
because there's training dojos around that have their own side quests.
Oh, okay.
And
Cool.
you have to like do the training with like the master of the dojo, and then that'll unlock the ability to unlock the move. So to like unlock it, but then you have to like level up and like slot it in. So it's like some of those, moves are hard to come by. But yeah, that's technical. Wild Dancer's really cool because it's just like momentum, spinning around, like go, like. But the gunslinger it's just hilarious because like Sometimes it is just like comically overpowered. Like a fight will start and you'll just stand there and mash square and it'll just be like boom, 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 like 50 shots.
Wow.
And like the enemies try to run at you, but sometimes when you shoot them, it'll knock them down.
Wow.
So like an enemy will run at you, you'll knock him down, he'll be on the ground, and you'll just be like, boom, 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 boom. It is hilarious. It is ridiculous.
Do you have ammo with the gun?
You have unlimited normal ammo, but then there's special ammos that are extremely strong and very hard to come by, which I love.
Cool.
Crafting
boss ammo.
You have to like level up in ability to even be able to craft that stuff. And then when you craft it, it's super expensive and rare resources.
Cool.
The economy, dude. The economy.
Oh, here we go.
Holy shit. 50 plus hours into this game doing everything. Selling vegetables to make cash, right? I'm doing all of it strapped for cash. Strapped. Always strapped.
That's nice.
Like, because Haruka lives in the house, right? But like the landlord needs money. So it's like it's like the main current, it's like a Rio and something. But like Rio is like 10,000 of the smaller one, right? You need 20 of those. I've only ever had at one time like 15.
Damn.
One rent check, dude, 20. I'm like, dude, where am I gonna get this cash?
Yeah.
I'm doing all the side quests.
Wow.
Like, what the hell?
Wow.
Yeah.
Jeez, got a
really
side job or something.
The one negative of the game. It's not even a negative because it's just like, I barely even use it. This whole like trooper card thing with all the celebrities.
Yeah, I forgot all about that. Yeah, tell us about that.
It's so phoned in and lame. It's like, it's so whatever.
Like, what is it?
So you can recruit enemies sometimes. You know, you'll fight some, and they'll be like, yo, you fought really well. Can I join you? Blah, blah, blah. And then you get their card. The cards can level up, but it's like not satisfying at all, which is weird to say because everything in this game is every time numbers are going up, it's so satisfying. But it's like not satisfying at all to level these combat people up. They also just give you for free like Kenny Omega. You can just like download Kenny Omega.
Yeah.
And like some other celebrities. So you can like, for free, you can just be gifted like level 99, like troopers. So it's like, okay, they like are just giving this away. Like it doesn't feel weird to download it because it's not even some deluxe edition shit. It's just like, hey, here you go. So it's like, okay, I guess I don't really need to go collect these trooper cards. But then you get the cards and you slot them into each combat style, the 4 that I mentioned. And then when you're using each style, the cards will be down there and they have a cooldown and they all have different abilities.
Okay.
So one of them will be like, you know, you use that card and it'll heal you a little bit. Use Kenny Omega and he does Essence of One Winged Angel. And it's like Kazuma himself, not Kenny Omega.
Yeah.
Kazuma will then do that special move.
So
which
these
is like
cards
which is like a slash.
are additional moves. Okay.
Yeah. And it's like, they're fine.
Yeah.
Like, whatever. They're not really interesting. It's like, okay, you get like a shock move or like a stab move or a heal.
Okay.
It's like, whatever.
Yeah. All right.
I was like excited at the idea of like collecting the troopers and like leveling up and stuff. And it's just like not fun.
Yeah.
It's like, whatever.
That's disappointing.
But yeah, you don't really even need to worry about it, honestly. So it doesn't even get in the way.
Cool.
Yeah.
Mellow Fellow wrote in, Hola, allies. After playing Kiwami and now Ishin after Yakuza 7, I think I much prefer the action-style combat over turn-based. Don't get me wrong, I love Yakuza 7 and my time with it, but there's something about the old-style combat I love more. The snappiness and the heat actions especially. And even the boss fights feel more tense and dramatic with action style.
I agree.
I know we've only had one game to work on turn-based, and I'm sure they'll get better at it. What do you guys think, and do you have a preference? I respect Mellow Fellow. So, yeah, you like this style more.
I like this style more. I like that they switched it up with the turn-based.
Yeah.
It's just that game got really boring for me. Yakuza 7 was like kind of the
The combat
beginning of me.
It didn't have
dipping
enough
out.
to it, I think.
No, I just used basic attacks on like 90% of those fights.
Yeah.
Just like mash out, attack. Everyone just basic
like,
attack, basic attack. Then you get to a boss and it's like, all right, I'll use my specials.
Yeah.
Like so many of the fights were just like,
I like the job aspects of it, like, you know, you're a chef or like something weird like that. I thought that was really cool, but they definitely need to flesh it out more.
yeah,
I like the turn-based just because it was different,
totally.
and we had so many combat ones, especially with Judgment now,
As well, yeah.
still having like the action combat.
Yeah.
But
They needed
yeah,
to mix it up.
I love the action combat. Don't get me wrong, but I'm very into them trying something different.
Yeah.
And hopefully the next one, the turn-based, will be better.
Yes, please. Let's get some draconic modifiers in there, maybe. Boost that enemy
Well, you could probably just put it on hard.
I think I played on hard. I'm playing this one on hard.
Yeah.
But there's even stuff above that. Above hard.
Yeah,
I forget which difference.
Are bosses still incredibly long?
No.
Okay.
But they're tough.
Yeah.
You better bring your meds into
Yeah.
those fights. The classic Yakuza way. Stock inventory full of meds.
Yeah, that's like for boss fights, always you
Yeah.
have to have stocks.
Yeah.
But everything else is pretty chill usually.
Yeah. And it's just really nice to see all those cast members, you know? Like, the Yakuza cast is incredible.
Mm-hmm.
It's really fun seeing legendary villains from the series, like, just pop up in different roles and, you know, people you, like, Date, dude. Oh, my gosh. He's like, yeah, he's there. Dude, everyone's
there.
Yeah, I don't know everyone, but, like, a lot of people are there. It's really awesome.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Damiani, do you have any interest in these games?
This one's the one I've had the most interest in.
Okay.
Just because of like its setting
Yeah.
and its atmosphere. And then,
And you don't need any of the other Yakuzas to play.
Yeah,
you could
that's another
start
big
with
one. You
this
can
one
just jump
or
into
Zero.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but these games, like, their length has always been kind of...
Yeah.
And then everyone's saying, like you saying, getting so lost in those side quests.
Yeah.
So, like, you're just adding on those hours.
Yeah.
and
The completionist is the main story. Like, I'm sorry. Like, it is so hard.
Yeah, I
not to
usually
do
don't want to
anything.
skip them.
No, they're so fun. They're so fun. And they all, like, you do a side quest too, and it's like 5 or 10 minutes. They just, like, they move, dude.
They do.
So it's like, oh, okay, I'm just going to do this one. I'm going to do this one. I'm going to do this one.
I'm glad the series is doing so well, though, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's nice.
Really glad that, it is in the place it is now.
Dude.
It's sick.
Yeah.
Just to think about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's crazy to think about where Yakuza and Souls games are now versus when they first
Yes, definitely.
burst onto the scene. Just like super niche, off to the side, and now they're like two pillars of the entire industry.
Yeah.
People used to
It's like-
say Yakuza games were like the Japanese GTAs or whatever. Remember?
That is what they used to say.
Yeah,
and I was
remember?
like, dude, they're way
because
different.
no one played them.
No
yeah.
one fucking played them.
Yeah, they just looked at them
I was
and
like, no,
Yeah.
Seven Dogs maybe, but not Yakuza. Mark Hamill, dude. Yakuza 1.
Yeah, Majima.
Yep.
So since it's Sega, I really want in Persona 6 to Kazuma to be a persona that you can summon out.
Yes, please. Yes, please, Brad.
Oh, man, that'd be
Oh
awesome.
my gosh. Yeah, so fun, dude. I can't wait for you to play this, Brad.
I know.
Because
I'm
the only
stoked.
one, because I just with timing and my fatigue, the only one now I haven't played is Lost Judgment.
Yeah,
I didn't get
which is good.
Yeah, dude, it was installed on my PlayStation for like 6 months. I got the deluxe edition on a sale, even with the Kaito files. Haven't even cracked it.
It's all right. It's not going anywhere.
I'll go back to it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. The next thing is, first, before I get into it, I have to do the thing. Review copy provided by PlayStation. I'll
course.
put that text up there somewhere. I've been messing around more with the PSVR2,
Yo.
particularly 2 games that were not available when I had it, that I had to wait till they're actually out, and that is Gran Turismo 7 and Resident Evil Village.
Oh.
Now, let's start with Gran Turismo.
Yes.
Dude.
I know.
Dude.
Dude.
You put this headset on, man. First of all, it's the entire game. You can play the entire game in VR. It's not a mode like GT Sport was.
Yeah.
Tell you what I did. Sit down on my track, get in the track, dude. Select my little car, dude. I'm like in there, I'm like, okay, VR. I'm like, all right, let's see what it's gonna be like, dude.
Yeah.
Transition. I'm just in the front seat, dude. In there, I'm like perfectly.
Yeah.
My head's in the exact perfect place. I see my hands on the wheel, dude. I was driving a European car, so the steering was on the other side and everything like that.
Yeah.
Sitting in the fucking car, looking out the interior, looking behind me. The rear view mirror, dude, you could see the cars right behind me. Look at the side mirrors.
Dude, the rear view was my question.
Dude, you use it.
Yes.
Looking at the side mirrors, seeing the cars back there, just seeing the drivers, dude. We start going, dude. I felt like I was driving a real car, dude. I was like, what? This is the sickest thing ever.
Dude.
I was blown away.
Bruh, this makes me want to fucking buy a racing wheel and pedal.
Yeah, me
and
too.
like go all
man.
in. Go all in on
Drop
VR.
1,000.
Tactile feel, yeah.
Yes.
Drop a G,
Soon you
dude.
can just be buying the car.
I haven't had a racing wheel since N64, dude. Cruising USA.
Dude.
Yo, bet Blood's got a few. Just borrow one of his.
And I can't it feels so much more personal in the race because I'm driving, dude, okay? You're driving, you're looking around like normally like how you would when you're driving a car. Driving next to a guy, dude, I'm fucking looking at the guy next to me, and he's just driving and shit, too. I was like freaking out. It feels so good.
That's pretty cool because like racing games for me have always like through the standard view,
Yeah.
they lose a little bit of that. And like with VR, I'm like, is it really gonna feel like being in a car? Because even playing like the old PlayStation VR, it's just like, no, it doesn't do peripheral right. Like it doesn't feel like immersed enough. So this sounds pretty cool that they do this.
I just felt so much more comfortable, dude, when I was racing. Like I felt like I was playing better because I was in this mode. I was immersed. I was there.
Can you use your directional?
The blinker?
Yeah.
The blinker,
I
turn
don't
signal.
know. Maybe.
I mean, that's still like, stuff like this is like where I think VR can like shine the best.
Yes.
For the average person, especially because a lot of people drive cars.
Yeah.
And so being able to like step into a car you could like never drive, but it feels close to
like
as real. Dude, know what I'm thinking
I wish
now?
I could drive manual, dude. You probably can't, huh? Because you would need the clutch and shit.
I think if you have a wheel, you could.
Dude, I wonder if they.
Well, you probably you use
with a clutch.
you use the DualSense controller, so you can do manual with that, can't you?
Yeah, but I mean, like actually.
Oh,
he wants
yeah.
to
You need
feel
like
that,
a
Like that video of the Euro Truck to the American Truck Simulator.
yeah,
you need like $1,000 wheel.
This is what I'm like thinking of now with this type. I don't think they do this in this game, but I mean all these intense races, like it's some of the most famous tracks. The walkout. Like I want to be able in VR to walk out, like see like the crowds, your competitors around you and stuff. Like maybe they stare down with you and stuff. Like hearing the sounds and everything. Like walking into your car. Like I know they do it that way. That's sick. But like just having that level of immersion and setting the tone for that before a race, like it gets you like your heart pumping and stuff. And it's like, dude, you can't do it in a regular game. It's like a cutscene. Whoop-de-doo.
Pod racing in VR, dude.
Yeah, I think any racing could be good.
Yeah.
Pod race, bro.
Maybe intense.
That reminded me of the walking out like Tatooine, dude. Just like seeing John.
So do they do the racing and everything like that? Other parts of the game, like navigation and stuff.
The menu was like normal, like the theater mode kind of thing, where you can just like see the screen normally.
What's that cafe thing they have? Or whatever? Do you actually get to sit in it or anything? Or
no, not that I saw.
That's
It's
a missed
just
opportunity.
It's just the racing, as far as I'm as far as I'm aware.
Small missed opportunity just sitting here flipping through.
But maybe there's something.
Small missed one.
I've only done like a couple normal races and stuff. I heard that there's like go-karts I didn't even know about in this game that I heard there were like 6, someone said. I think it's like a limited time event or something. There's some like limited time things.
Can you do any kind of like multiplayer races this way as well? Is it just like...
I have no idea.
Okay, I don't know.
I'm not sure. Maybe.
I don't know. If, like other people, you could just get a bunch of friends together who have VR and like you're all playing in like...
Yeah, I have no... Maybe you could host like an online thing. Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure you can race online in VR. But dude...
Yeah,
I was so blown away. I immediately like messaged T. I was like, dude, you gotta try this.
Did you like try and like reach out and touch any things that you,
of course.
You couldn't maybe?
Yeah, of course. Because I was like, that's how immersed I was in the space, dude.
It's like, oh, gotta buckle up.
Like, man, I did some license tests in it, okay? And one of them was like on a Tokyo freeway, dude. And you're just like going down like the highway and you see all the buildings there. And it's like, dude, this is exactly what it feels like when I'm driving in a car and I'm like looking at buildings going by. It was insane, but it was just a small taste. I definitely want to play more. But dude, if you have a PSVR 2, like I highly recommend you check out this game.
Sick.
Even if you don't have VR, Gran Turismo 7,
Excellent game.
excellent.
Yeah. The other game, though, I did spend some more time with this, is Resident Evil Village. So, this is like a more in-depth VR than I expected. You don't play with like a controller like you did with RE7. You use the VR controllers, I always forget what they're called. Anyways, let me break it down for you. So, right off the beginning of the game, the thing's like, hey, you want to do a tutorial to kind of figure out how to do stuff? Yeah, you do. You want to figure this stuff out. Let me break it down for you. So, when you're standing there, you're Ethan, you can look down, you can see your ammo pouch, like on your side.
Okay.
And on your right side is like your pistol.
Okay.
So it's like, hey, take out your pistol, you shoot. First of all, you can shoot so fast in VR.
Okay.
So, I unloaded my clip in like a second. Yeah. On one of the daughters.
Ishin.
Yeah, dude.
I got like, dude, on the daughter, dude, I got one of the daughters, I went like this close to her face, just like unloaded, dude.
That is insane.
Yeah, it's awesome.
That is unhinged.
But some parts you feel more powered in, like the amount you can shoot, but other parts you don't feel as powerful.
Oh.
So like when you run out of ammo, Dami, the settings I had, like the full immerse settings, dude. You gotta push the button to drop the clip.
Oh,
you gotta pick the clip out of your pouch,
shit.
put it in the gun, then you have to
Alex.
cock the gun.
I thought the Alex over here.
Yeah.
Dude.
So it's like when you're in a fight, you can't like reload in the menu. You got to do it manually. So you got to be like careful about when you're gonna do this stuff.
Love that.
Also, dude, if you have like a mine or like a pipe bomb, Damian, Ethan has his coat, okay?
Yeah.
So you can, if you like bring the controllers to your chest and do this, Ethan will open his coat. So you have to like grab like
Oh
a
my
mine
God.
off
In the dark.
your thing and put it on the ground actually, or a pipe bomb. And on your left side, he has a flashlight. So you can get the flashlight out. You actually hold the button to have the flashlight come out. So you can. I had the gun, dude. I was in the dungeon.
Nice.
Of the castle, doing that like this, dude.
So sick.
Trying to survive.
Sick. Love it.
And if you push like R2, you could actually flip the flashlight too. So he'll hold it like this.
Dope.
Let me ask you this.
Yes.
Is there even an option to streamline any of that to go back to the old way?
Yeah, I think
for people who just
I think
don't
there's
want that?
like more streamlined kind of thing.
Okay.
I wanted like the full real deal.
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
good. But I think after a while, I might be like,
Yeah,
on a
I'm not
replay, I'd be like, I just want to.
I'm not
play
sure
this.
like how in depth it is, but there's some things to that. Also, one thing I noticed is it sets to default, like it has free movement. Okay, so you play like that, but it has a little black like shade that goes around when you move, and it's to help with motion sickness.
Okay.
And you can adjust that so some people, maybe feel sick from moving around freely. That helps. I took it off because it doesn't bother me, but it's really cool that it's there.
Interesting. Yeah.
And man, like the opening part of the village, when you're getting attacked, was so fucking intense.
Damn.
Do you have that like in stands
That
up?
big dude. Yeah.
Dude. Okay, so also
that
you have
shit.
your knife on your sleeve, so you can like pull it out. You could throw the knife, dude.
What?
So like I don't know if you could kill anyone with it. I feel like I threw the knife at one of those like the vampire ladies in the dungeon like a lot,
Yeah.
but it's like boxes and stuff. I would like just throw my knife at it and pick it up.
Sick.
Yeah, but you can like slash and stuff
Yeah.
too. All that good
So
stuff.
if you throw your knife, you can just like leave it there?
It'll just come back to your arm.
Oh, okay.
So you don't have to like pick it up or anything like that. So it's like
okay.
whoop, 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 just throwing it left and right.
That's
Magic.
cool.
But
That's really
dude,
cool.
the opening scene, dude, was so intense, man. Because the scale of like these lichens in your face is so gnarly.
Yeah, that's terrifying.
To like block, dude, you like go like this. Yeah. You, like actually lift your arms up. You could punch too in it. I actually haven't punched an enemy yet.
Oh.
I need to test it out.
Hell
but
yeah,
you can,
fist fight.
It's like, hold your hand, like hold these buttons down, and you can like punch shit. So I was like, okay, I wonder how crazy that will get.
I remember the molded in 7 VR were freaking terrifying.
But like the
dude.
lichens are way more intense than the
and like
molded.
quicker too.
They're so quick, dude.
Yeah.
And like I was in, the shit's going crazy. I'm like sliding stuff over the door. I'm panicking, dude.
Yeah.
I get the shotgun. I'm like, oh yeah, let's go, dude. You like individually load the shells into it, and you're like, love that, dude. The shotgun feels good.
Oh yeah, because shotgun was okay in Village. I remember. It's just like,
When you hold, like you can like have Ethan kind of hold. If you like hold stuff close together, he'll like hold it like normally like that. So you look down one eye to like have real good aiming. You like hold the shotgun real, dude. Boom, dude. Just shoot one guy. It feels really good. It obviously adds an extra level of fear too, which I really appreciate it. Because like I was talking to you about this after playing Dead Space and Callisto Protocol. I was like, dude, desensitized from fear. I was like afraid of nothing and it sucked.
Yeah.
I was bummed out.
Yeah.
Fear.
Hell yeah.
Fear, dude.
Yeah.
In Castle Dimitrescu, dude.
Yeah.
Like when you go in there and you get strung up by the daughters and Lady D's there, dude. She is huge. Like I'm standing there, dude. I have to actually do this to like, see her face, dude. It's so crazy. God, I can't wait for you guys to play this.
Part of that desensitization, Brad, is why I freaking crank the difficulty up on so many games.
Yeah. I understand that too. Yeah.
Yeah.
But man, just walking around in the castle in VR is so sick.
You and Jones and everyone who played it really were really hyping up Resident Evil 4 VR. How does this compare to 4?
It's very similar to me. Like how it's like, it just felt like way more built from the ground up from VR. It doesn't feel as tacked on as I was afraid it was going to. I was like, because with, like I said, RE7 is like you just wear the headset and you play with the DualShock, you know? This you don't. You use the controllers, you're doing movement stuff actually like Resident Evil 4 Remake.
Sick.
Or VR. Remake's going to have this too, though, down the line. So that's going to be sick.
Yeah.
But goddamn. And it's like these...
Knives.
Yes,
Gonna
knife
be
parries.
insane.
Dude, oh my
Parrying the
God.
chainsaw in VR.
But like, dude,
Like this close to you?
Yeah, dude.
Like,
With the sparks in your face.
it's I just can't help but like, I can't help emphasize this enough is like, it feels like just a completely new game when you're playing it in VR, man. You're just in the space, like I'm in one of those little like church shacks in the village, dude, with like all the Mother Miranda stuff. And I'm just like looking at everything so close, all the pictures, and you can pick documents up and read them and stuff, dude. I'm just
It's like you're there. It's like you're in the
you
village.
are there.
Love that.
When I got to the castle, I just looked up, man. The Duke is massive. He feels so much more massive than
It's awesome.
like I had that feeling constantly playing this game, and it's so damn
like
sick.
I've finished 7 like 5 or 6 times, and just the once on VR. But like you're talking about, Brad, like it's just so memorable. Like I always remember little moments
Exactly.
from that VR playthrough, like going under the house and the water is like up to here on you, and you're just like little tiny moments that are like not throwaway, but like not as memorable when you're just playing the game normally.
You don't think about it as
Like
much. Or you don't look at it as much.
Those little details that like surprise you that are like, oh, that's actually really freaking awesome in VR. Like, love that.
To get like some of the weapons out, it's pretty easy too. Like the shotgun, you just reach over your back, it's there. Nice. Your health, like the bottles, you reach over your back and you like hold R2 and it'll pop up the thing and you actually pour it, on your arm. It's really good stuff. Also, both these VR modes are free updates too.
Thanks, Capcom.
And it's
Very
like
generous.
some of my favorite PSVR2 things I've played are these 2 things, and they were just free updates for both these games.
Hell yeah.
So I absolutely love this. If you have a PSVR2, please check these games out. Obviously, I didn't get to play a lot more of Horizon, but we played some of that, and that was also very good. So, dude, PSVR2 is pretty damn good lineup so far. I've been pretty impressed with from the games I've played.
Sick.
So, yeah. Garrett Holfish wrote in and said, my uncle came to visit the same night my PSVR 2 arrived, and I got him to try the canoe intro to Call of the Mountain. This was his first ever look at VR, and he was so captivated and immersed. Even when he immediately felt dizzy when they introduced character movement, he kept wanting to see more. What's a moment you remember an older relative being completely blown away by a game?
Showed my parents True Crime Streets of LA, and we tried to navigate the streets of LA, but
That's
was like
a cool thing, yeah.
so bad. And then LA Noire after that. Anytime there's a game in like Los Angeles, I'm always like, yo,
Yeah.
check it out.
Check it out,
Like,
yeah.
I remember showing them LA Noire specifically too.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I think it's a pretty common one was parents trying Wii. Like my mom
Yes.
trying Wii tennis.
Classic.
Yeah, she
Definitely.
likes tennis.
Tennis, dude,
Yeah.
classic.
She like actually was playing it. I was like, whoa. It was
Yeah.
like cool.
Yes. Damiani, great pick, dude. Yes.
Yes.
That dude.
Yes, sir.
Did we make video games mainstream? Like, can we? Does
Our
all
generation?
does all the credit go to Wii? Like for making it just like so huge and acceptable in society.
I think it helped
'Cause
to an
video games
extent.
used to kind of be on the fringes. Now it's like one of the most popular things ever.
I think PlayStation 2 was the first to have like the penetration where it was
Sports
like
games
cool
and
down
stuff.
it, but then from like seeing people visually playing it, like being it more like in the media, Wii because it had like because everyone
Mass
loves
appeal.
seeing that stuff
Yeah.
on the
Yep.
news. Like, was it like on late night shows? Like it's showing up
Yes.
and stuff. Yeah,
Dude,
Yeah.
Wii. Thanks, Wii.
Yeah.
I was a little hard on you.
thanks, Reggie.
It wasn't too
Yeah.
hard.
Thanks, Reggie. Appreciate
Reggie.
it. Tim O'Keefe wrote in, I know has been playing a lot of PSVR2.
Nice.
He's into it.
Nice.
So he wrote in with Gran Turismo and Resident Evil. Resident Evil Village. Personally, I would say Village isn't a particularly scary game, bar one area. However, the VR tutorial alone is probably more scary than the entire flat screen experience by itself. Would you agree that the game just feels so much more intense and scary in VR? Also, has Huber used the shotgun in Village VR mode yet? As I need his impressions for this. I would agree with you, Tim, 100%. It is much more terrifying.
Yeah, I gotta fire that shot.
Huber will use it tonight.
I remember being disappointed about the shotgun
Yeah.
Village, actually. All of them. I was like, yeah, they're all right. Mm-hmm. You know?
It's not the super shotgun.
No. Like, even Remake 3 as well. Like, the shotguns have been lacking since Remake 2, in my opinion, in Resident Evil. So hopefully
I think that's fair.
Hopefully Remake 4 brings it back.
Yeah, hopefully.
Yeah.
Come on, Leon.
Yeah.
And also thoughts on Gran
Yeah.
the riot gun, yeah.
Striker.
Striker.
Yes.
Gran Turismo 7. I think the VR and new AI GT Sophie have elevated Gran Turismo significantly. I've been back playing it daily, and so this new this GT Sophie like AI thing, it's some new AI thing.
Blood told us about this. Yeah, dude.
I haven't done this
Deep
yet,
mind.
but yes, I heard it's crazy.
Because Blood was talking about how the Gran Turismo 7, what's the word I'm looking for? Your manners. You know, you gotta race with respect.
Yeah.
So the AI being respectful and like picking its spots to pass you or block
Yeah.
you or whatever.
That's so cool, dude.
Yeah.
One major recommendation if you're playing in VR, you have to race in a go-kart. Being so close to the ground and seeing the full track is amazing. So we'll try to do that too.
Go-kart, just like, oh my god, down there. Yeah, it's sick.
And final question for this from Cameron Standring, yes. Do you agree that while VR is hardly going to overtake non-VR gaming in general, it might become dominant in the horror and racing genre within the next decade? It feels like they got the VR especially well, more so than other types. RE Village, GT7 being prime examples. I don't know if it'll like take over it, being the definitive way, just because VR is not... It's not mainstream. It kind of is more so in like quests and stuff, I guess, or meta, whatever the hell it's called. But I don't think it's gonna like take over normal.
Yeah, I really like the way Resident Evil does it. I
Both?
hope, yeah,
Yeah.
I really like that.
Yeah, best of both.
I liked when 7 launched with it though, because then that first playthrough, if you want to, you have the option to do VR or regular, because like. I like VR a lot. I like it, but I don't prefer it. Mm-hmm. So for me, like Resident Evil 7, one and done VR. Just a one time.
Yeah.
You know, maybe I'll go back in like a decade or 5, many, many years later. But like Village, I imagine the same thing. Once in VR and then regular. I wonder, am I the outlier there?
No,
Is that
no,
what
no,
most
that
people
sounds-
prefer?
Yeah.
Well, VR is just more demanding, period.
Yeah.
Like, not only setting it up, but just being in that space for a long time. It's harder
Yeah.
to be in there for a very long time.
And
You
also,
gotta take
people
breaks.
like already scared of like horror games that like
Yeah.
don't even want to try to like make it even more intense by going to VR.
Dude, if Outlast is in VR, oh my god. Oh my god.
Yeah. But I think you will see more.
Yeah.
I mean, like, VR is a perfect space for horror games.
Yeah.
It's like perfect. And racing. Anything like first person you can do super well.
Is Outlast Trials VR?
I don't know. I have no idea. No idea.
Love Outlast.
Yeah, you do.
Love it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Talking about desensitized, Brad, that shit is still scary.
That's good.
Yes.
That is good. It's nice to hear.
You cannot be desensitized to the Outlast scare factor. It will always get you.
Always, dude.
Even if you're hardened.
But he's lost none of its potency.
All right, let's move on. Damiani, you've been playing The Legend of Zelda: The Minish Cap. Probably because it just came to Switch.
Exactly.
God, I saw you playing that. It looked so awesome. The freaking...
Yes.
The Game Boy on Switch, dude, looks amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I hadn't had much time other than like trying it out when it shadow dropped for a little bit to really put some time into the Nintendo Switch Online GBA stuff or the Game Boy stuff. So finally...
Sorry, let me stop you real quick. Before you start getting your impressions, tell me your history with this game.
Played it originally when it came out.
Okay.
So it came out for the Game Boy Advance. Came out here in 2005. Same month as Resident Evil 4.
Wow.
January 2005, baby.
I played both.
was the PS2 version, right?
Or 2004?
2004 was
Maybe
GameCube,
2004.
I think. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
One of those one of those years. May have my years wrong, but came out then. Yeah, and same month, and I was like, dude, what a good month of games. But I actually played the in Japanese version because GBA was region free, and it came out a little bit sooner. So started playing it on that a little bit first.
Import.
But this is one I haven't played in a long time.
Was that one of
though.
the first games you imported ever?
Close to. I think the first one I ever imported was it was either Wind Waker or Majora's Mask.
Dope.
One of those
I remember
two.
that on your desk, the Wind Waker Japanese version.
Yeah, definitely played through Wind Waker Japanese first.
Interesting.
But I think maybe Majora's Mask. I can't even remember anymore. But the Minish Cap, played it. This is a game that was developed by Capcom's team called Flagship, who are more known for writing scripts and stories for games because of their team than actually like gameplay development. So this is something that was done in conjunction with Nintendo and the Zelda team, and they had been working on the Oracle games before,
Right?
And this kind of like and Four Sword, and this kind of like all this led to this basically standalone game, and it's been a long time, as I said, long time since I really sat down to play through it.
When the last time you went through
When it came out.
Damn!
Yeah. It's been a long time.
Shit!
Yeah, I kind of want to look up the date because maybe I feel like it wasn't the same month as Resident Evil 4. Maybe it was the demo for Resident Evil 4 that I got that month because the Minish Cap was definitely January 2005.
Whenever I played this, it was on the Game Boy SP, I believe. So I know that didn't launch right away. I don't remember what year that came out.
It came out in Japan in November 2004. So I remember playing in November, and then it came out here.
January 05 for Resident Evil 4.
So I was right.
So the demo was 04 maybe.
Okay, so January
demo
05,
was
I
04.
was originally
Yeah.
right. Okay,
January
my memory.
05.
Thought I'm getting older. I was like, maybe my memory's going and stuff, man. You never know.
We avoided the correction.
Yeah. January.
Well, we don't do that on this podcast.
Anyway, let's get into the game.
Yes.
It is a very linear game, similar to a lot of the handheld games of the time. Like Link's Awakening is also a very linear game. The Oracle games are very surprisingly linear as well. This kind of falls in that tradition where you kind of can't just go anywhere. I feel like this might be one of the more restrictive linear Zeldas, and that you really are gated from going to a lot of places until the game wants you to go there. Even just beyond like having the right power-up items, they're just like NPCs who block you from going out into like a certain spot, and they're like, oh, you haven't like done this yet, come back later. And so replaying it this time, it was kind of getting it was a little bit disappointing
Because it was limiting.
Yeah, and the narrative isn't as I don't know what it was. The vibes. It's a charming game. I really like the Minish / the Pickery. The whole thing where you get small, these like little like gnome looking creatures.
Yeah, you
I
shrink.
totally remember that.
Yeah, and then you got like the kin stones, these little like coins you fuse, like medallion things that you have half of it. You find another NPC, you fuse it with them, it unlocks stuff in the world. That's still the most appealing part of that game. Like shrinking down, going back and forth between being big and small, and like
shades of Link Between Worlds, dude.
A little bit. It's like their duality thing. Really like that. But I was like noticing some like small like quality of life things. Like there's no easy way to track all the NPCs that like you can fuse a kinstone with. When you do unlock it on the map, you can see like an icon that shows like where the reward ended up, but like there's no nice way to like track it. It was just like, man, I really would like something like that. Also the same problem as Link's Awakening in that they're only using AB for your sword. And, any 2 items you can equip to AB.
But you got to keep swapping.
And you got to keep swapping them in and out. So there's a lot of swapping in this, and like really could have used some extra face buttons, like or just something else to kind of streamline that process. So that's one other kind of quality of life bummer. But I mean, like they have like a lot of advanced stuff. Like you learn new moves, like you learn new sword techniques. Like the spin attack is like the basic one. Then when you get the Pegasus boots, you can't like dash with your sword right away. You just dash. You have to like learn the technique. You get like the down thrust once you get like the like Rock's cape or whatever to like jump up, and then like you get stabbed down. So yeah, they have like that evolving like kind of like combat, and the music in this game, like it's Capcom music through and through. Like it has that same like sound and vibe, and it's really good. It's really good music for it. But yeah, like Majora's Mask, Cuber, you can spend a lot of time with NPCs in this game. Nice. They don't necessarily have like quests like Majora's Mask, but like the Kinstones, you get to know a little bit more about each person. And then there's an NPC you find later who crafts little like figurines of every enemy, boss, and NPC, and they give you a little bit more lore on that character as well. So you can like dive into that. It's like a gacha game. Nice. So you start out at 100%, where it dispenses like a little like an eggshell. It's in the figure's in an eggshell. You crack it open, and then it like shows like if you got a new one or not. And then as you get new ones,
I'm addicted to this already.
The probability goes down by like 1% each time. But these seashells, it costs just 1 to play.
Yeah.
But if you spend more, you can up the percentage. But eventually it starts dipping to like like the last ones are like 1% or something. So like, you gotta like spend a lot of shells, Obviously you could use the rewind in this one, which is really nice to have that.
Is this Tingle's origin?
No, that's Majora's Mask. Yeah. But
Tingle was. Oh yeah,
he was the map.
That's
but
right,
he is in this one, and it's like kind of an extension of the Wind Waker, where he has his like brothers. There's a thing with like his 3 other brothers show up, and like if you fuse kinstones with all of them, it unlocks like. Each one unlocks a path to like a special item, a magic boomerang.
Sick.
So like there are the regular items, and they're like enhanced versions that require you to kind of do side quest related stuff, like listening to NPCs, fusing kinstones with them, maybe going to a certain spot and doing something. So that is still kind of satisfying, like the exploration and figuring out what to do. Sometimes it is you gotta like pay attention to what's being told to you, because like if you like step away for a little while, like wait, what was I doing? You can always ask your hat companion Eslo.
Right,
Eslo. He'll like kind of be like, this is what we're supposed to be doing, but not all the time it's like as obvious.
Was Mario's hat Cappy?
Yes, that's Cappy. Yeah, this is kind of like where it came from.
Yeah.
Like it's sick. Like you can like go to sleep in this game. Like, I think this is the first like Zelda game you can actually manually go to sleep in your bed and like wake up after.
Dude,
so you can sleep at inns. You can sleep at your house.
I love that.
Yeah, there's like an inn where you spend money. There's like 3 types of rooms. And there's each time you sleep there, you get a chest that is replenished, and when you open it, it's a new kinstone. So there's 3 types. There's like green, which are common, and there's like blue and red. There's gold, but that's for like MSQ stuff. You don't like keep those.
Minish Cap,
but, like,
dude, MSQ.
Green, you burn through those. So many people require green, and you burn through them so fast that like you feel like you got to grind for them. So like staying at the hotel is one of them. There's like the town.
Yakuza progression right here.
So Huber, the town at the beginning, I think they wanted to like copy Chrono Trigger. because it's like the millennial fair at the beginning. Because the game
big
starts
time.
off, you and Zelda are already friends. You live with your smith.
I love a good fair
It's like your
opening.
father, your grandfather is like Master Smith. He's just your guardian. You live with him, and Zelda comes to wake you up. Like, hey, it's the day of the fair. Come take me to the fair. You go like see the sights and sounds, and there's like there's a tournament. And the winner gets, like a prize. And the winner happens to be this mysterious person named Vadi. And he shows up and he wreaks havoc. And then you have to go out. He destroys this sword, and the only way to undo the things he's done is to kind of forge this powerful blade. And he needs 4 elements. And you need the help of the Minish. Yeah, the Minish are all about. They're the ones who kind of like hid all the lore is that all the items like hidden in the world were from them basically.
Cool.
Yeah, so there's like a little bit of a story behind it, and it's really cool to like when you go small. It's like Honey I Shrunk the Kid stuff,
Love
like Grounded recently, like the
Love
threat
it.
of like everyday things being a threat because you're so small. This game kind of does it on like a smaller scale. Like it's raining in a spot. Rain droplets are like hazards that will like demolish you.
That's great.
Yeah, like stuff like that. Like
That's so great.
a little puddle of water you could walk across, normal size. If you don't have the flippers to swim across, you're gonna drown in it, so you can't even cross it. So yeah, it's kind of a nice thing to see that.
That's cool.
Yeah, and they only have a handful of dungeons in this one.
My question was, how are they holding up?
I
Just fine.
I never really thought they were that strong to begin with in the original one. There are some cool items. Like the first dungeon, you get the Gust Jar, which lets you suck up like cobwebs and like dust or even on enemies. There is some creative things you can do with the items to attack enemies that aren't clear, but there is a side quest where you get these newsletters from the swordsman trainer dude. He puts out a newsletter, and if you actually buy those and read them, they give you all these advanced hints about how to do stuff. But anyway, stuff like the Gust Jar, like the Staphos, the skeletons dude, Huber.
Yeah.
If you use it on them, you suck off their head, and then their body is walking around like aimlessly and stuff. But then you like
rules.
shoot the head back at them and just like kill them because they'll fall apart without it.
Awesome.
But it's never taught to you like that.
Yeah.
There's like it has some spectacle to it. Like it looks very nice. Visually, just like the dungeons.
Wild how much you've discussed, and it's a Game Boy game, Just like there's so many mechanics and
Yeah, well, it's Game Boy Advance.
Game Boy Advance.
It seems advanced, dude. It's pretty awesome.
Yeah, it's cool.
Yeah, it's a nice, charming game. I really am looking forward to replaying the 2 Oracle games again when they drop, because I actually started another playthrough of those to get reacquainted with them when my 3DS died, and so I had to I abandoned that like a year or so ago when that happened. Now they're coming out on this because in my mind right now I think I placed the Oracle games along with Link's Awakening above this.
I did too.
So for the traditional handheld games, I think Minish Cap was like my least favorite of the bunch.
Still cool though.
Yeah, but really nice, and I think it I think someone like you, Huber, might dig it because of like all like the bonds, and then economy in this game.
Hell yeah.
You're capped on rupees very strictly.
Love that.
Like
Gotta get that bag.
they're free flowing, but like you'll find that you're like wasting them by collecting them. Like you need to go spend them. And then there's stuff you can't buy. It's not that you don't have enough rupees. It's that you can't
carry enough.
You're capped, so you can't buy certain
my favorites.
things, which is kind of like nice to see something like that.
Bag upgrade.
And just
first thing.
like coming back to town, and the town keeps evolving. Things change there. There's a whole
Terrytown, what up?
You do get to build 2 houses, Huber,
Sick.
and you get to pick who gets to live in those houses.
Dude, Terrytown vibes.
There's stuff like that.
Love that.
The world does feel very compact and small.
Yeah,
It might
yeah,
be
yeah,
like
yeah.
the smallest feeling world of the portable games, of the traditional portable games. So that's a little bit of a bummer to me. But there are some like really cool parts. Like I forgot about like the whole graveyard part where like you need the lantern or else it's like you can't see shit. Like and how they do lighting in it. It's like a little bit more advanced for its time.
That's cool.
There's like, figuring out a puzzle, how to navigate like kind of like a lost woods. There's like the tombstone area where you go into like the king's tomb.
Hell yeah.
And the music and vibes during it has its moments. But I think it is a little bit overall like weaker than maybe the other ones.
Yeah.
Fucking hype.
We got a couple general Zelda questions, so I'm just going to throw them in here.
Tingle will be in Tears of the Kingdom.
I mean,
No.
the names were in Breath of the Wild.
Yeah, like
but
Tingle
not-
Island.
Yeah, but they weren't
in his
actually
outfit
in
you
it.
could get.
Yeah. We'll see.
But I don't think he'll be in it.
Do you guys like Tingle?
Yeah. Yeah, I like Tingle.
Tingle hype.
He's a joke. I don't remember if you remember when I told you what the gag is, Huber. But his phrase is like, "Don't steal these." In English, he says, "Tingle, tingle, kulu, limpa, whatever." And these are Tingle's magic words. Don't steal them. But in Japanese, it's like a common phrase. So the gag is like he's just trying to he's saying something. Everyone's like, "That's not special." Like it's part of the joke. Like he's kind of like a gimmick character, but it doesn't really come off like that in the English translation.
God. That's funny.
Jordan Dalwig wrote in, "Greetings, allies. I finally did it. After years of guaranteeing to my wife that she would love Breath of the Wild, she booted up and instantly fell in love. Watching her play gave me an itch to play a Zelda game as well. After hearing Damiani's excitement over Minish Cap, I decided to give it a go, and dang, it's another 10 out of 10 masterpiece. Which brings us to my question. What is the secret sauce? How does every mainline Zelda, whether 2D or 3D open world, come out outstanding?" The secret sauce to Zelda.
Well, I mean, for especially for every game pre-Breath of the Wild, I think it was just the nature of how the world and dungeons were designed around items. And you have Metroidvania, which does its thing. We're exploring the world because it's like gated behind stuff. But then you have like the Zelda version, which is like the world. It's not necessarily that it's like it is sometimes gated, but it's like not. It's not in the same way. It's you see like how a dungeon is themed around an item, and so you're going through it. You're still making progress, but you're like, damn, I can't even do that. I can't do that. And then you get the item, and like the dungeon like just like fully like unlocks itself. You see all of its potential, and like you see how puzzles get more elaborate because you have more items, and I think it just ramps up like that. Also, yeah, it's just a combination of like atmosphere and music.
I was going to say it's a combination of a lot of things to me. It's definitely music. It's the visual style of the Zelda games because they all look pretty different nowadays. And, gameplay mechanics center around certain things, stuff like that.
I started with puzzles, and I feel like Zelda has the best puzzles of all time in any series.
Yeah, Zelda has good puzzles.
Like the best.
They have a good line of like,
the best.
they can make you scratch your head, but it's never like insane kind of thing.
Yeah.
I feel like in a Metroidvania, you're trying to figure out how to go somewhere, like,
Yes.
or you get lost and you're like, where am I supposed to go next? Zelda, it's not. I don't feel lost about where to go next. It's like I know where I need to go, but how the heck do I deal with this thing? And it's like, oh, I gotta like use it. Like, which item did I need to use? And I think the dungeons are more reflective of like what you feel in a Metroidvania. It's like I actually don't know how to get over here. Like, how do I solve this like crazy puzzle? And you got to get like the best of both. I feel like, which is why I personally lament losing a little bit of like those more coherent atmospheric dungeons in Breath of the Wild, because while the shrines had really good physics-based puzzles, there's something to be said about Zelda dungeons like having those like themes, like either a unique dungeon theme like with music and like visual aesthetics. Like you think of like Forest Temple, like Ice Temple, like Ice Dungeon, Ice Palace,
And like the story around those temples
like,
and all that
like
stuff.
A fire dungeon, like you have these themes and they just look really amazing. And they can just be wildly different looking stuff. And going from something as cool as like some of the dungeons like you saw in Majora's Mask, or seeing the Twilight Princess dungeons, and then going to Breath of the Wild, it's like, man, they like the shrines are cool puzzles, but they all kind of look the same. And they all feel the same. Even like the Divine Beasts, like
they all they feel like glorified shrines almost.
It's missing a little bit of that, like that DNA. I think that is why, but I think it was offset so well by having just like the world.
I totally agree, Damiani. Mighty Omega wrote, "Hey allies, Zelda games are generally always set in a distinct time period of Hyrule that's quite different from any we've seen before. And while this makes each game stand out, it can also be pretty frustrating when something you loved in one game is gone the next. Is there any element from a past Zelda game you wish got more time to be fleshed out? Be it story elements, characters, lore items, etc."
I could say definitely yes. Thinking of a specific example at the moment, it's like eluding me. because I haven't like thought about this in a long time, but I do remember moving on to like a new Zelda game and where's this? Does this still exist? A good one is always for me. Here's one: the Temple of Time. In every Zelda game it's ever in, it's seeing how it's changed and if it's even like, is it still like, how is it like this? So you see it in Ocarina of Time, and then you go to Twilight Princess and it's like ruins, and then like there's a dungeon there. And it's like, wait a second, what?
Yeah.
And then you see it in Breath of the Wild. It's like, oh yeah,
it's like ruined, abandoned.
Yeah. So you kind of have these different versions, and you kind of, it's like, man, I wish I just get like more story about how it became to this, if it even connects at the time.
Yeah. I remember, Castle Town in Twilight Princess, very bustling, some stuff to do and some shops and all that stuff. And I always wanted like a more bigger version of that, Yeah. And like how in Breath of the Wild, they're just, it's gone or something like that. We don't get anything like that in other games. I've always wanted that huge castle town that's bustling with people where you get quests and stuff like that. Just never gotten it.
I remember we were teased with Ocarina of Time in its development, the 3D versions of like towns. They had early screenshots that showed like villagers. It wasn't like pre-rendered backgrounds, and it was like, oh, are we gonna like go around a town in 3D? And you get that in like Kakariko Village. You have a little bit of that, but it feels a little bit more. I don't know. It was nice for its time, but when you go back and play that, it's like so small now.
Yeah.
And we really haven't got something that's like offset that. Like Hyrule Castle Town has been various degrees of that.
Even like Twilight Princess is still like a weird angle where it's not like full 3D normally.
But I feel like we did kind of get, at least to me, is pretty satisfactory. In Breath of the Wild, all the multiple different towns we had,
they were good.
Yeah, and I was
you
like,
had to have been probably pleased to see Gerudo Town.
Yeah, seeing that
we've never like seen. That.
Yeah, seeing Hateno and seeing Kakariko, and then like building Terry Town. It's like you got
the Rito Village.
I mean, you have the Rito. Yeah, like you have these places that feel lived in, and that's I think was a very important part of. Breath of the Wild for me is that they had these amazingly dense zones, despite because I was worried with like the setup that the world's been ravaged, everyone's gonna be like fleeing. It's gonna be like literally Zelda wanted people living in caves and shit because they're living in fear. But it's like no, they're like flesh. Like that 2017 trailer, I was like, whoa. They showed towns, baby. I was like, all right, we got some life here. Then all like the like kind of like the stables as well that were all over the place.
Yeah.
So it was kind of nice to see like life just still existing. But then coming across like ruins, like the one in like the east, it was like that fortress. With like the flying guardians around it. Like that was like it was like always raining there. Like sick stuff like that.
Yeah. I guess like I always wanted. We did get a Wind Waker sequel, but it was a DS game, and I wanted them to expand upon the Wind Waker's ocean in a more fleshed out kind of way, I guess, because there's potential there, but it feels so like the islands are kind of just whatever, some of them, and it feels pretty empty, and you can't even swim underwater, which always really bothered me.
Yeah,
I wanted them to like do more stuff like that.
Gotta play Horizon.
Yeah, you gotta play Horizon for that. Yeah, Horizon does stuff that I wanted Zelda to do.
Yeah, that was a very easy kind of like low hanging fruit to go after Wind Waker for criticisms. Like the whole game on the like the ocean, the Great Sea, and like you can't go underwater. What? Like there's no like you barely even swim in this.
Yeah,
it was it was kind of a funny criticism, but it's true. I mean, you did have previous games where you were going like both Majora's Mask and Ocarina of Time, you go underwater.
Yeah, and Twilight Princess, then you go underwater and swim.
Wind Waker on Switch now?
No.
Or Twilight Princess?
Nope.
They're both Wii U?
Yep.
They're both locked to Wii U or GameCube, whichever.
Yeah, sadly.
Yeah. Wind Waker I have not played like since it came out, pretty much. Like I want to revisit that one the most for sure.
Yeah, that one. That one's like the more surprising because they wanted to give that game a second chance on Wii U, whereas Twilight Princess performed very well for its release.
Yeah,
the Wind Waker was maybe didn't
I remember.
fully realize.
I remember
the
cartoony backlash.
Yeah,
I remember.
It probably didn't realize its full potential.
I grew up with that shit.
It had a lot of hype going into Wii U, but the problem was that system didn't have a large install base.
Right.
I feel like putting that out on Switch would probably do that game its justice, and you'd probably see how popular it actually is.
Yeah,
now.
like it's very beloved among like Zelda fans, but
definitely.
Definitely a lot of people haven't played it.
Yeah, and it seems like they put a little bit of effort into that one, especially over like Twilight Princess. They kept like showing
seems
progress
more-
stuff. And it's a little weird that they've held it back to Wii U. I mean, there have been rumors that it and Twilight Princess are supposed to come to Switch, but who knows?
Yeah. Who knows?
Probably want Tears to come out first. Don't worry about that.
Yeah, definitely. Okie dokie. It is time for Sort It Out! If you're new to the show, you know what Sort It Out is. Just something that, we're not too happy with in the game industry. It could be a game, company, whatever. Someone needs to sort something out in their life, all right? Damiani, you look like you had one locked and loaded.
Well, it's not video game related, but I said I was going to say it.
Okay, just say it.
Well, I just definitely want to say, sort it out to Raising Cane's.
Raising Cane's, okay.
For you have a birthday coming up, and they freaking send you a free drink. It's like not even like one free chicken tender.
One drink.
What is that?
It's like
Raising?
$1.50, dude.
Yeah,
$2.
It's like that's cheaper than the drink. The drink's out like $3. It's like, I mean, yeah, they give me more money, but it's like, can I trade this for like chicken tender, man? Like, come on.
Man, that's
a
funny.
little bummed out about that.
That is funny.
Especially
a little let down.
Especially how loyal you are. Like, the amount of business you give them,
a little let
dude.
down. I was like, all right, man, that's fine. Just had to say that one.
Huber, do you have anything you want sorted?
Just baseball, dude.
Oh, baseball. Okay.
Sort it out. Like,
out.
why are you going against your fans? I don't know. I've talked to some baseball fans who do not like this pitch clock whatsoever, and they're like alienating the fans to try to get the young people to watch baseball. But then what if the young people still don't watch baseball? Are we still going to have this stupid rule?
The only thing I guess, Huber, is because the old fans are eventually going to die out.
Yeah.
And they don't want baseball as a sport to like die,
Yeah.
I don't know. It's weird. It's a
It
weird
just
situation.
bums me out how impatient like society is just with their screens. They always got to be on their screens.
Sadly, that's just the way it is
sad.
now.
It just bums me out. Baseball was like one of the last places where you could go and just like disconnect from all of reality with no pressure, no rush. You just sit and chill. It's like so comforting going to a baseball game, having a beer and a hot dog with a loved one or a friend or anyone. And like that's it. There's no rush. And now all of a sudden there's like this fucking insane auto scroll rush, dude. I can't handle it.
Huber.
Bums me out. Sort it out.
Basketball. I know you said basketball is fast paced, but you know why it is fast paced? I never made my counter argument to you. It's fast paced because of the shot clock. Because teams used to swing the ball around nonstop. They could stay there forever on a side. If the team never shot the ball or
But
defense
that's like
never made a stop.
fundamentally breaking the game, whereas baseball was not broken. There was nothing wrong.
No, but that's how basketball is played. But people are like, it's boring as shit. So like.
Nobody has thought baseball is boring until like recently.
I don't know, man. I mean, I've definitely heard people say like games are like too long. Like I will never watch like a game like whole way through and stuff. Like that's maybe the in-person experience, Huber. You're absolutely like right. Like that's
Dude, I love just
but like people.
chilling out watching a game
This
at
is the
home.
problem. It's now like it's a business, and when you watch it on TV. They don't want it to be 3.5, 4 hours. Like they don't want to lose viewers. They want it to be snappier.
But isn't it like the longer the game, the more ads?
No, because the
innings are determined. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean it's. I mean, I don't know technically how it works, but I think they would probably get higher paying advertisers potentially if more people are watching them. And I think they're trying to address the TV viewership because TV deals are where like the most money is made for this stuff, broadcasting rights. And
dude, that's what the MLB needs to do too, is start giving away more games for free. Honestly. It's really hard to watch baseball games.
Yeah, isn't like the NFL like this? Like the packages, like sometimes you can't even get all the games even if you buy the most expensive thing.
It's ridiculous. Like if you want baseball to succeed, make it more available.
Yeah, I think NFL just said like, was it Ticket or whatever? It's coming to YouTube TV.
Yeah.
They were the ones who signed it because I know Apple wanted it to put a part of their subscription, but they were like,
and now they have NFL games on Prime.
Yeah.
Like if you just have Prime,
Thursday
you get to watch
games
them.
are on Prime. Twitch actually does it too.
Yeah.
They show some games like. It would be like a nice thing, even if it was a way just to like to maybe not pay like a super premium, but like like an in between where it's like if you are a YouTube TV subscriber, you like in your region you'll get like all the Dodger games. There are no blackouts for you as a Dodgers fan. But you only get to pick like one team and like that's it. Yeah.
Yeah, aren't these like packages like hundreds of dollars too?
It's so expensive.
Yeah, they're very expensive.
It's crazy.
Yeah, and like the Dodger had like a couple. There's like billions of dollar contract TV deal. So
yeah,
like, even
you
if
could
you
only-
live in LA, sometimes you couldn't even watch a LA Dodgers game.
Yeah.
Like
That sucks.
What is that backwards bullshit? Like, come on.
Yeah, that's a shame.
God,
It's a damn shame.
bums me out. Yeah, I don't have any gaming ones.
That's okay.
Got nothing right now.
Well, I mean, mine is sorted out. Capcom, where's the RE4 demo?
Let's go.
go.
Let's go. What are you waiting
go.
It's less than a month away.
It's like,
Sort
what
it out.
is this?
for? Sort it out.
Sort it out, Capcom.
I want to be playing it by now. What up?
Proxy accounts, dude. Play it 10 times.
I don't think I have any sorted outs either. I'm just like trying to struggle to play games because there's so
Same, yeah.
many.
I haven't played shit.
Sort out with too many good games coming out,
Yeah.
I guess. Just give
Pump
me
the-
a break.
Yeah, pump the brakes.
Too much good shit.
God.
Oh no, dude. Sorted out. Suicide Squad. Looks kind of whack.
Sort
Here we
it
go.
out.
I don't really know about this. Obviously, I will give it a fair shot. But what I saw did not get me very excited. Could be all right. Don't know. But game feels like it's 3 years too late.
It really does feel like it's 3 years too late. It really, really does, Brad.
Who you're saying? You were saying Insomniac is kind of like taking over now.
Yeah, Spider-Man.
But you know what else I'm going to point to?
Get wrecked, Suicide
I know
Squad.
it's not superhero, but it's like in the same vein, I feel like. Because I'm going to play the first one before the sequel comes out.
Star Wars?
Star Wars
Jedi? Fallen Order?
Fallen
fun.
Order
So fun.
and Survivor.
Yeah.
It's like more proof that
Yeah,
like
you're basically a superhero.
God tier like combat game,
Yeah.
like combat system
Single
can carry
player.
a single player experience.
Yep.
As like that's like imagine like yeah. For me, Huber Suicide Squad, what I was thinking like the best outcome could have been is like RE combo system where like I do a punch and then like you could do a setup like RE5's like elaborate combos. Dude, imagine
Hold 'em and shit.
Yeah, imagine being able to like team up with somebody and have
know.
that level of depth in like melee combat.
We like saw none of that in the gameplay. It was 4 people flying and zipping around shooting
'Cause
guns.
You said Gotham Knights had a little bit of that, right?
Like nothing.
But
Like nothing.
Might as well
this
not
could have been
have
the
been,
one
yeah.
that's like, okay, they could have seen the
Yeah.
reaction, like, okay, they like this, but we didn't go far enough. Suicide Squad, like Rocksteady, we're letting you know they like go all in on this.
Yeah.
This is like where it's gonna be sick, and it's like, imagine you could do 4-player with that 4-player combo setups.
Yeah.
You get like Power Stone territory.
Too hard. Too
It's just, I'm worried everything is just going to feel like a big cluster of a brawl kind of thing like that.
Yeah, we had the same exact fear with Gotham Knights,
Yeah.
Brad, and that fear became a reality.
Yeah, it did.
You know, when we co-opted that game, it did devolve into like we would really, really try to go in and like stealth takedown everyone, and we'd get a few, and then it was just like, oh, okay, we're just mash it
Just
out.
like that universe as like a live service game, their universe specifically feels kind of weird.
Yeah, and like they've brought the comparisons on themselves. I've seen like the there's like 5% of the internet is defending the game.
Yeah.
And all of them are like, it's not Arkham. It's not Arkham. They fucking said it in the Arkham universe. Obviously, there's going to be comparisons. You can't just be like, it's not Arkham. It's way different. But it's in the same universe, so all you Arkham fans are going to be invested. But it's not Arkham.
Like,
it's way different.
Why wouldn't you? Yeah, if they wanted to, they should have separated from that. Never
Exactly.
even, like not even marketed as that. Like there's
Exactly.
no. I mean, maybe in the story there's some reason, but like other than that, it seems like you're just inviting those comparisons.
Exactly.
Like it's kind of obvious.
I hope there's just more to it that we haven't seen.
Same.
So I guess we'll see when it comes out.
Gotham Knights was a 7, but 7 ain't good enough for
Rocksteady.
games like this. And Rocksteady, exactly. Rocksteady freaking studios. One of the best in the biz.
Yeah.
Sort it out, dude.
Sort
You
it
got me
out.
triggered, Brad.
Sorry.
Damn it.
This is sorted out from LEL. Hey, allies, sort it out. Redfall and Suicide Squad's announcements that they will need an online connection even for single player is both stupid and annoying.
So annoying.
Yeah.
The online requirement has never been met positively by consumers and has always been more of a detriment than a boon to the game. I don't understand the logic behind this, especially for people like me whose internet connection is always or isn't always stable. Seriously, what are they thinking? Sort it out.
Sort it the hell out. Everyone is just like, oh, we can be Destiny.
You know what it reminds
Oh,
me
we
of?
can be Destiny.
I always remember Diablo 3.
Oh my god.
Just that launch, dude.
Yeah.
I just always remember that.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's been a long time since that happened, but it's just like, dude,
Yeah.
couldn't even just kill a
Yeah.
few monsters if I wanted to.
Infinitely, like if you asked me a couple years ago, it would be shocking, but I'm infinitely, maybe not that shocking, because even when we first saw it, I was hyped as fuck. Infinitely more excited for Redfall than Suicide Squad.
Yeah.
Because at least in Redfall, when you're playing on your own, you're on your own. Single player, hop in, it's just you. Changes the pace, changes the vibes. The fact that Suicide Squad is bots,
It's because
it has bots.
in the story, I guess.
Yeah.
You know, you have to have them.
Like, it just makes it feel like it's 4 players or bust for this game.
It is, yeah.
You know?
Yeah,
4
yeah.
players online to get the true experience at all times. Like, this so many red flags. So
Yeah.
many red flags for that game.
Corrigal wrote in and said, "Sort it out. Hey, Bungie, I've loved your work since Marathon and Oni,
Marathon.
but I can't figure out where the hell to go to play Destiny 2 or play the Destiny 1 and 2 storylines in order.
Oh.
Are you
I
not
don't think you can
up to the
anymore.
task? Am I not worth your time? Or are you just too lazy to create simple UI and menu options for new and returning players? I'm looking at you too, Overkill Software. What the hell did you do to Payday 2? Yeah, I guess when I played Destiny, when I hopped back into it after a while, I had no fucking idea.
Yeah,
what I was
absolutely.
doing.
Oh, it's so confusing.
Yeah, I was like, where
Yeah.
am I supposed to go? What came first?
So difficult.
Yeah, it is kind of weird,
They've removed a lot of content, so you can't even go through the whole campaign.
which is very annoying.
That's why we made sure to
Frustrating.
go through with Damiani. We're
Oh,
like, yo, we
yeah.
got to go through some of this shit before they remove it.
Was it the start with F or was it?
Destiny 2?
Yeah, what was the last thing we went through that I like actually grabbed?
Forsaken.
Forsaken, yeah.
Forsaken, yeah.
we
because
grabbed
they-
that.
Yeah.
You see,
go
like
through
it's going
Forsaken.
away. Yeah.
It's like, what the hell? And it's like, okay, is it the cross-gen? Then they blame it on like limitations.
Yeah, probably something.
Something.
Game would
but
be
yeah.
like too big apparently,
Yeah, that's
file size wise.
what like
You know what would be cool?
if they had a single player offline mode where you could just go through the campaign in order.
That'd be nice too, but even if they would just, maybe do they bring back old stuff for events or something like that?
From the vault?
Yeah,
I don't
They
know.
were like, yo, it's back. This campaign's back for a month or
I think
something.
maybe they teased that at one point. I cannot confirm. I do not know.
Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, it's very disappointing because I know like the Destiny lore's crazy and people love that stuff.
Yeah.
But if you can't even play it, I guess. Like I understand it's an online game and online games change a lot.
Yeah.
But the fact that you can't play through like the campaign or
Story,
whatever.
yeah, because Fortnite is like, oh, you can't play those old seasons, but like,
Yeah.
I mean, there is a story in Fortnite, but this is like so different. It's like such a narrative focus. It's like you do want to see those missions. You want your Guardian to go on that journey.
Yeah, it's like, when you play Final Fantasy 14,
Yeah.
play
Anytime,
all
yeah.
Realm
They,
Reborn.
they, like,
Yeah.
I mean, for the most part, they don't take anything away. They just
Yeah.
keep refining it
Yeah.
to make it like faster to get through it.
Minus like
Yeah.
seasonals and shit. But
Yeah.
yeah, dude.
Yeah, it's disappointing. But
really
hopefully
is.
they'll do something in the future.
I wonder if like Destiny 3 will be in 2030 or something, or it's just like never.
I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe they just keep doing Destiny 2.
Yeah.
I don't know. This is from Cash. Sort it out. What is going on with Halo? This was supposed to be Microsoft's flagship answer to Destiny, a return to what we loved about Halo with a multiplayer evolving storyline. So why did it take 7 years to release Halo Infinite with no co-op, Forge, no plans for story DLC, and a lackluster battle pass system? Halo Infinite, more like Halo Finite. Sort it out.
Finite.
Yeah, Halo Infinite's been kind of a mess.
It started so promising
Yes,
too.
it did.
That thing fell like a freaking meteor.
It started. The potential was there.
Yeah.
The blueprint was there.
Everyone
the
was
core was
hyped.
nice. Yeah.
Everyone's like, "Oh, this is a great start.
Yeah, it was
Great
good.
foundation. Let's see where this goes." And then it went nowhere.
Went nowhere, sadly. That studio's had a lot of problems.
I honestly is it just with this whole might be harsh, but I really just blame Microsoft's leadership. on a lot of
I
this.
think that's a pretty common thing that people say. Yeah.
Just like the lack of exclusives, the like they should have had that shit locked down, dude. Halo Infinite, that was their moment, that was their game to like carry the Xbox, because PlayStation is outselling it by a good amount. Switch is freaking Switch. So like Xbox really needed Halo to be like not Fortnite levels, but like that level of engagement, dude, where people are still like, people should still be talking about and playing Halo Infinite right now.
Yeah.
It could have just been that constant in the drought. Everyone talks about the first party drought of Xbox. It's like, dude, if you just had Halo cooking this entire time
with like new content,
new seasons, new everything, it would have made the wait for stuff like fine, whatever. I got Game Pass and I got Halo. I'm chilling.
Yeah, Microsoft's leadership has come into question a lot recently. Their management.
I really want like a freaking documentary or a good place that's trying to put as much of this story together about how this all fell apart.
Yeah,
because it just seems
final hours, dude. Keeley, we need it.
We've been
final hours before they shut down Halo. It's what it is.
Dude.
We've been waiting a long time for games from them like Fable. And we were talking about Hellblade 2 yesterday.
Like where's
a lot of stuff, but this year it seems like things are finally coming out. Like we're getting Redfall in May. Then we're getting Starfield pretty soon after that. Then we're going to get maybe. Then we're going to get Forza. So it's like things are starting to happen, but it's taken a long time. So hopefully they will continue that trend of more games, more stuff, more great stuff coming out. Like can't forget Hi-Fi Rush is them, They own that.
Baby. Hi-Fi
They seem to be doing well with like smaller projects, but these
2023.
The huge stuff seems
they're not
to
having
be
like the
a
big
bit of an
AAA
issue with them right now.
Yeah. All right, this is from Kenneth Childs. What the hell is with all this money grubbing bullshit in Fire Emblem Engage, Nintendo? As I was playing the game, I felt really starved for gold and SP. Now, I love a good tight economy in a game that forces you to make meaningful decisions, but something fell off here. I asked a friend of mine, and he said that he was selling all the items that he was picking up off the ground for small amounts of gold that added up over time. It turns out I never got any of these items because they don't appear unless you've signed up for Nintendo Switch Online, and I wasn't about to do that for a single-player game. On top of that, the next best way to get money in SP is to buy their goddamn DLC pass. Nintendo, please respect your own fucking in-game economy or economics. Sort it out.
So yeah, there's stuff. If you have online enabled in a battle, there are these yellow and purple swirly looking things that you stand on. One of them gives you this currency that's used for other stuff. You don't sell it, but the others can be like material items as well. But after you finish any battle, including skirmishes, which is like a random. Any existing battlefield, like you can go back to it and replay a battle, but like an enemy icon has to appear on it, and they kind of switch every now and then. I forget what actually switches them up. After each of those battles, you can walk the battlefield, and there are items like maybe 4 or 5 that you can get. And as you donate, as you donate gold. This is another thing why the economy is so hard in this game is if you donate gold to level up each region, you get more of those items. But that stuff's used for other things as well. Like just selling them actually isn't necessarily recommended. If you're playing on the easier difficulties, sure, because you're not gonna need them to forge more powerful versions of your weapons. But if you're like playing on harder difficulties, you need that stuff. So yeah, it gets very. There's like a few key moments in the game where they just dump a bunch of gold on you. It's basically as you clear each continent or country, you get like a boon of gold. But it goes away so fast because then you also unlock better quality weapons to buy from the store, new items to buy. And while I think that's why they got rid of durability. It's not necessarily to streamline, like making it easier for people to not worry about their weapons breaking. It's because the economy was so brutal. They're probably like, oh god, like let's just take that away because that's gonna like drive everyone insane.
Sounds awesome.
Yeah, but like some of the stuff you couldn't participate in, I felt like because you were restricted by gold. It's and then I didn't know about the DLC being the best way to grind for it. That's kind of scummy. SP was an issue. That's the thing to unlock skills. Those emblem rings with the 12 heroes, the celebration part of this game being an anniversary game. As you level up those the bond with that character, each level has a new skill. Some of them is like more powerful versions. There's like 4 unique skills, and they have like 5 levels each. And then when you want to equip a different ring, or not even a ring, you can pay SP to unlock one of those skills permanently that you can equip. You have 2 slots where you can equip any skill that you've inherited, but you've paid to unlock. But they cost a lot, and like you earn SP by like defeating an enemy or taking action in battle, but it's like very minuscule. So for like up to 1 ring, you're swimming in it, but then after that, like it gets really, really hard to unlock or earn enough SP to really do anything meaningful. So this game is for getting all that stuff, it becomes kind of grindy, which was like a huge turnoff to me.
Sounds whack.
Yeah.
Sounds whack.
Sort it
Also
out,
kinda
Nintendo.
cool. I love tight economies. Tighten it up.
Jeez. Okay, it's time for Keep It Up.
Keep It Up.
Which is the exact opposite of Sort Out.
Dude,
Something
Brad,
we're
when
pumped for.
when we
We're happy with.
replayed Dragon Quest VIII, literally saved our money the entire freaking game. The entire game.
Yes.
Got to like the end-ish, or like a late town,
Yeah.
like 2 weapons or like 2 items to buy, all the gold.
Yeah.
Saving it the entire time. It's
Yeah.
like that out of control.
Yeah. Well, that's kind of like a grindy game if you want to if you want to buy equipment more often, you got to grind.
Yeah.
For Keep It Up, dude.
Keep it up.
Dude, the PlayStation Classic they added, The Legend of Dragoon.
Legend of
They
Dragon.
added it, and
That
which is
insane,
great.
Dude, there's so many games.
and
And
the-
Metroid Prime.
And the best part is you don't need to be on the premium tier. You could just buy this one.
Keep it up.
You can just buy it. I think it's like $10.
Keep it up.
Good job.
Good
Do
job.
that more.
Yeah, we've
More
had
of that.
we've had that shit on Sorted Out many times.
More.
So now they're getting on the Keep It Up. Well
Keep
done.
it up.
Keep
Well
it
done
up.
there.
Yeah.
Good job. You did well this month.
Yeah.
Anything else from you two? Anything you want to keep them? Anything that he said, keep it up for?
Resident Evil 4.
Keep it up.
Keep it up.
In
Keep
general.
up. Keep it up. The momentum.
You're doing good.
The hype. It's like the best kind of hype where it's like somehow insane levels of hype, but it's not too much. It's like right on that threshold, dude. It's threading the needle of like any more is like overexposure, but it's just like the maximum amount of hype, dude. That's perfect.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Anything for you, Damiani? Anything you're pleased with?
Nothing particular.
Okay. Totally cool. Nothing this time. All right.
Keep it up, dude. Free updates on games. Free VR updates.
Yeah.
Free next gen updates. Witcher 3, even though it's botched, I respect that it's free. Still broken, by the way. Months later, frame rate dips. And then what was I gonna say? I was gonna say one other one that was relevant. I don't know.
I got one.
Free updates. Keep it up.
Chrono Cross, I think, got an
yeah.
update.
They did.
Yeah.
Yes.
Which is very good.
Yes.
I think it's like a higher frame rate, just better overall. Like, good.
Hell
it took
yeah.
too long. It took way too long.
Yeah.
And it should have been like that when the game came out, but at least it's better now.
They got there.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
So, good job. This is from Reptile Scorpio. Keep it up. Ryu ga Gotoku. I don't know. I never know how to say that name. Studio. Never thought we would see Ishin make it to the West. I'm so glad they are a full Kiwami-style remake of the game, especially when they have another Yakuza spin-off coming this year and a sequel to Like a Dragon out next year. Yeah, they're firing on all cylinders.
Oh yeah, dude. Normie core.
Normie Core.
Fire those games out, dude. Assassin's Creed now. It's the new Assassin's Creed, dude. Yakuza.
Apparently,
Crank them.
Ubisoft's doubling even further down on Assassin's Creed. You see that?
No, dude. Like 7 games or something in
It's the
development.
thing that makes the money, man.
Yep.
Iron Pirate said, keep it up. Fire Emblem Engage auto advanced dialogue speed.
Yeah.
Fully voice acted scenes move at the perfect conversational place with the audio advance option.
Yeah, that was nice.
The pace. There we go. I'll correct that because it's going to bother me. With the audio advance option. So that's good. All right. And LEL wrote in again for this one. Keep it up. I can't believe I'm saying this, but keep it up, EA. While I still have reservations about them as a company, there's no denying that they've been delivering great games like Dead Space Remake, Wild Hearts, and Jedi Survivor. Looks like it's going to be amazing.
And Need for Speed Unbound.
Yeah. So as weird as it sounds, keep it up, EA. Yeah. They're pretty good at those. Some good games coming out of them.
Hell yeah.
I'll say keep it up for Tango, Huber.
Hell
Keep it up,
Because I played a bit of Hi-Fi Rush and good stuff.
Cool.
Played through the first boss and I was like,
Cool.
yo,
Keep it up.
it's good stuff.
If you have PS Plus Extra, check out Ghostwire Tokyo on there. And I'm sure it'll come to Game Pass probably pretty soon.
Oh, yeah, in March or May, right?
So, yeah, probably this month sometime.
Yeah.
So, check out that game, too.
I always get March and May mixed up.
Now we got some shout-outs for some of our most generous patrons, some of our higher-tier patrons. We greatly appreciate them. Shout-outs this month include Jabbawabs, Elthanas, Greg the Dark Knight Kettering, and Raymond Wheeler III, and, what was it, Zeo? This is old. Let me look this up real quick. It's Zeo something.
VGM.
Is it? I'm going to double-check.
ZeoVGM.
I want to make sure. I'm thinking it's ZeoVGM, but I just want to double-check to make sure we get
Always
this right.
double-check.
Always
me.
double-check. Live
Always
double-check.
double-check me, dude.
Because I did not update this, unfortunately. Shoutouts.
I remember keep it up.
ZeoVGM.
Yeah.
Yes.
Keep it up. Free updates was Hitman and Sifu.
Okay.
Free
there you go.
shit.
Free shit.
Love free shit.
Love that free shit.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Speaking of Hitman, Hubert, you've been playing Hitman Freelancer.
Oh my god.
What's up with this?
Incredible.
Okay.
Incredible. Unbelievably incredible. Like, wow. Wow.
Wow.
Blown away by how good this is. This is exactly what Hitman needed for me, because going through each Hitman, 1, 2, 3. I was I'm not talking about the older ones, but going through the new Hitman trilogy, the only criticism I had personally, there wasn't enough incentive to go back and revisit stages. Like, each stage had a mastery level, and the more you played it, you'd level it up and you would unlock things in the stage. Like, oh, you could now start the stage in a different location, or you could start with a costume, or, little perks and buffs. But it was like, you've already been through the story, you've already killed the targets. Like, they would have, elusive targets and other little modes, like the escalation modes to incentivize you to go back in there. But I never really had
The itch to go back.
the itch to go back in and really grind and replay those levels over and over. I mean, I did, of course. I would replay them a couple times, but I'm good. Now with Hitman Freelancer. Takes place after Hitman 3. There's a very small amount of plot. Very small. Just basically the premise. I won't say that. But it has turned Hitman into a roguelite,
Which you love.
which I love, and it is the perfect excuse and perfect amount of stakes and investment to go back and replay levels from the entire trilogy. So you start out in a bunker, and you have to go through. It is so fucking hard. It is so brutally hard. You have to beat pretty much. You can fail once in a while here and there at most. But there are 18 or so stages you need to do in a row, pretty much, without failing. Because if you fail, so it'll start out with a pack of 3, 4, 5, and 6 missions. So the third mission will be a showdown. And then the next one, it'll be you do the smaller missions, 1, 2, 3, and then a showdown. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, showdown. If you fail a showdown, it's over. A showdown is really difficult because depending on how you did on the other stages, it may make them more alert. And also, on a showdown mission, every showdown, you don't know exactly who the target is. You have to find the target. There will be 6 possible suspects, and you know what they're wearing and their tendencies. So it'll be okay, person wearing a hat, glasses, and a necklace, and has tattoos that smokes. So it's okay, I gotta find this person in the level. So it forces you to just be in the moment and try to adapt to these stages in a different way than originally. And again, it's a perfect way to experience all the levels again because you're working towards something. You know, you have to pick a campaign before you start each set of missions. Remember, you have to finish 4 campaigns to finish this whole thing. So you pick a campaign and it'll be like, okay, you're going to go to these levels. Oh, this campaign has these levels. So you have a little bit of freedom. When you successfully beat a mission, you get some money. You can then use the money. I wish there was a little more usage for the money. You can use the money when you're in a map. And if you find it like an arms dealer, you can then buy a weapon from that person.
Okay.
And like, you know, if you get out alive, you take it back to the safe house. Because every time you wipe out, every time you get wiped, you lose half your cash and all your items. There is a progression with the items a little bit. Like when you level up, there's 0 to 100 mastery for this whole mode. A couple level ups will like permanently unlock a gun, but like tools and stuff like lockpicks or screwdrivers or wrenches or like silenced pistols, the coins, the most valuable shit that makes Hitman trivial, that like everyone, the meta, you know, you can't meta this shit. You have to adapt. You have to use the items that you find or that, you know, that you're given. Like when you finish a mission, you'll get little loot box and you can pick 1 of 3 items. Like that's randomized. So like you have to adapt to every level you play, and it just feels new and exciting and friggin' awesome.
Yeah. Watching you play it, I mean, and then, you know, just having you re-describe it again. Yeah. I mean, it really feels like they did their homework and addressing that way the biggest complaint you had about incentivizing people to go back. But like, I think they looked at like randomizers just in general and like put more context behind them. Like, randomizers are fun ways to go back and play old content, but like, what if we give you like more like meaning and purpose, like a story behind this, and like maybe make some progression behind it. So like, I think they just tied a little bit more into it that just takes it a little bit a step beyond that.
Absolutely.
And then adding like a roguelite element where it's like there is progression as well as carries over, and there's stakes as well. Like randomizer, you lose, like you don't lose your stuff. So it's like I think they did the right mix, because like
they really did.
As you said, even though I wasn't playing it, I felt like the tension of you got to like adapt on the fly to this stuff. Like it tests your mastery. I think it expects
really
players to know the map. Like you play this map so many times.
You really need to know that.
You're going to learn these maps. You're going to really learn these maps. But it's like, what if we throw a different situation at you at each time? Like there's a different barrier here. Like, you know, where that barrier could be a whole bunch of different things. Like an outfit you need to get past that guy, or like how do you like bypass this thing? And it's like, start learning to use your toolkit a little bit more,
and then like so many different things.
And then like thinking about the environment, like could I go? Like I never went this way, like or I never took this path. Let me try see. And like, it's that stuff that I think that excites veterans.
Absolutely. Damiani, you nailed it. There's just enough progression, because one thing I didn't mention: this safe house upgrades as you level up, dude. Hitman player housing. You level up, it unlocks like the wardrobe. All your suits are there. You level up an entire upstairs. You go upstairs, dude. There's like the living room, the dining room table. He's got a bedroom. You got to be level 31 to unlock that bedroom. You can unlock outside. There's like all the shit you can unlock. Some of the levels too were like different furnitures. You could cycle through some like furniture, like, and like as you level up too, you feel it too, because like early on there's just boxes everywhere. But when you upgrade, like, say, the furniture, it'll remove the boxes and then put the, like, table there and the chairs, everything. So, and then just having, like, a little bit of story. Like, making it feel like kind of just this epilogue footnote to cap off Hitman. I'm hoping when you beat it, there's just, like, a little something. Just, like, a little cutscene, you know. Doesn't even need to be long, like a minute. Just give me, like, a minute long wrap up.
Yeah, I agree. I don't know if you said this or not. I can't remember. Is there like items you pick at the beginning that are randomized before you go on a run or anything like that?
Yeah, when you before each mission you get like a loot box.
Okay.
And there's 3 items and you can just pick one to take.
One? Okay.
Just one.
Okay.
And then you have a certain amount of items you can bring in capacity. So everything is like numbered. So like a wrench takes like 2 or 3 slots. Your capacity is 6. What do you want to bring in?
Got it.
As you level up, your capacity increases. so that helps out.
That's cool.
So yeah, just enough progression and story to tie everything together, and then just making the gameplay incredible. And the stakes have like never been higher. It's like elusive target level stakes where, you know, on stream I've gotten to the end of the second campaign now 2 or 3 times, dude, and I just keep dying because like, dude, and it's an investment. Like some of these levels, dude,
30, 40 minutes.
30, 45 minutes for one mission. You get out, you played it so well, so slow-paced, methodical. Get to another level, dude. One wrong move.
Yep.
One wrong move. Like, the last time I streamed it, dude, I was at the end of the second campaign, and, like, I was, like, hiding. I was, like, doing all my shit. I was like, all right, chill. Guys are walking away. I was like, all right, now's my time. I'm going to go stab them. Walked into, like, a camera that I didn't see, immediately alerted everyone, shooting me down. It's over, game over, back to the beginning. It's like
brutal.
Such high stakes. Like, I really want to get through this thing. It's gonna be hard. It almost feels like Darkest Dungeon.
This is like this is like Max Huber game. This is like what Huber is so into right now. These kind of things.
Yes.
This was free too, right?
Free upgrade, free update. Yeah.
Hitman's like kind of weird now. It's like all 3 are in one.
So now it's been rebranded as the Hitman World of Assassination. And it has all 3 campaigns in a row, all under the same umbrella, same progression, all factors into one nice package. And like I'm not being hyperbolic when I say truly that I think Hitman World of Assassination is one of the best possible games you can play today. It is absolutely one of the best investments you can invest in, is Hitman World of Assassination.
Damn.
No question. If you have a passing interest in any kind of stealth video game, check it out.
Yeah, it's good. Hitman's very good.
Yeah.
Cool. Damiani, for our final game, you've been playing a game I'm curious about, which is Mario & Luigi Superstar Saga.
Yeah, dude.
Which I never played.
No, me either, dude. This Game Boy Advance emulation is insane.
Yeah. We played on Stream Team. Had Huber and Gabby with me. Gonna say one thing about this game. It's an RPG. So like in going back to like the original Super Mario RPG, when you level up, you pick one of your categories to kind of like give like a bonus to. And this one, there's a little bit of like RNG, a little like like rolling, like how many points you get added to the category is just like, you know, random.
Oh, okay.
I always kept getting ones.
Ooh.
Pass over to Huber. He was like, no, give it to Gabby. Gabby, all but except like one time, Gabby was getting like the high. She got a +4.
We didn't even know 4 was an option.
4 was an option. I thought it was like 3 was an option. Pulling out a +4. I was like, yo, what's up? I was like, this is great. Getting super powerful right now. Thank you, Gabby.
That's funny.
So, yeah, this is the believe that the first in the Mario and Luigi saga. This is like after Super Mario RPG, Nintendo wants to like keep making like Mario RPG style games. We had the Paper Mario series going its direction, which was like the console version, and then the handheld series was the Mario and Luigi. This is Alpha Dream, who unfortunately was recently shut down by Nintendo, so they are no longer around. What you got, Heber?
Always gotta ask my lore questions. Paper Mario is technically a sequel to Super Mario RPG? No.
It's its own thing.
Spiritual.
It's a spiritual follow-up.
And then these are also in their own timeline.
Yeah.
So you got Super Mario RPG here, the Paper Mario's here.
As far as I understand, yes.
All separate.
Mario and Luigi have their continuity. Paper Mario has its continuity.
Got it.
Super Mario RPG is standalone.
Got it.
As far as I understand, with no continuity to anything else.
Got it. Except Kingdom Hearts.
So this is the game where like...
One day.
Oh. Sure.
Oh, yeah, sure. It does have a Final Fantasy IV nod in there in Super Mario RPG. But you play as Mario and Luigi. So it's a little bit different. It's not Mario going along and getting a bunch of different random like partners who join him. So while it has a lot of the same blueprint DNA as the other Mario RPG games, where it has like the timed attacks, timed defenses, it all revolves around the duality of Mario and Luigi. Like A button is for like Mario, B button is for like Luigi. Not just in combat, but outside of combat, you're traveling together. You each have your own jump. Eventually, you get like more special abilities you can do that increase like the level of like traversal abilities and some of the puzzle elements to navigating the world. And then combat keeps evolving. Like obviously, as I said, you have like your jump. You get a hammer.
Dude, the hammer was sick.
Yeah, you get a hammer which can be used like to counter, but like. Same thing like you saw in Super Mario RPG. Some enemies you can't jump on, like spiny beetles. You can get hurt.
Get that
you
hammer.
can hit the hammer, hit them. But like a Koopa Troopa, you jump on it, and then its shell starts bouncing.
That was so intense.
You know, Sea of Stars, how the demo it has that one boomerang thing where you keep bouncing back and attack or whatever.
I heard about it.
In the demo they have an attack where you keep like knocking something back and forth. I think it came from this because like the shell between you and Mario and Luigi, you hit at an enemy. Luigi jumps on it, hits the enemy, bounces at Mario. Mario has to, you got to do a time jump. It speeds up, but you keep it going and going. Like it's like there's a lot of skill based stuff to this. There's also special attacks that use your SP meter. You can have it like on guided mode, which is like for me because I'm terrible at it, where it'll just tell you where to hit the prompts. But there's 3 difficulty levels of it. If you go all the way where it's like no prompts, no like timing guide,
no HUD,
it just does more damage. Like if you're good at it, you'll get like a damage boost, which
that's
is
cool.
like
I like
wreck
that.
things. So it definitely is a little bit more on the challenging side. I'll say that there are mini games to progress at certain points that were a little. There's a jump rope one.
Dude, rewind.
That were like
Tell me how I was hitting that rewind.
I was like, well, I didn't know that he was right. I rewind. I just handed it over to Gabby. Like Huber's like did a little bit better. Then we get Gabby. Gabby like first try. I was like, all right, Gabby.
Yeah.
But then there was like another one where you had to like you get a whirlwind spin to like cross gaps, and you have to collect these orbs. So it's like 4 like spaces. Like
You had to
inner
be, like,
cardinals.
frame perfect on this.
and like you have a timer, so you have to collect a certain amount within a time. We found it out. You only have the window to miss 1. If you don't collect 1, if you miss collecting 2, you're done. Like you can't pretty much you can't do it. It's very tight windows. It's very like challenging. Boss fights maybe weren't as challenging. I think. Especially since we were putting so much in power and we were getting pretty good. But I mean, some battles, like they stack a lot of enemies. You're not careful. I think they throw a lot of healing items at you, but like if you just forget to use them, you'll maybe like die or something. But pretty cool premise. Neighboring kingdom, like was it the Bean Kingdom?
Yeah.
And Fawful. This is the one where Fawful originates from. I don't know a lot of this lore. They show up. They
looks like a badass.
They steal Peach's voice. It's kind of weird. I wasn't sure what was going on. Then they Bowser shows up.
Yeah.
Team up with Bowser. Again, the Bowser Cruiser, dude.
Yeah,
The
dude.
sick battleship
Yes.
airship. It's like, dude, where's this been in all the other games, man?
He always has a new ride.
Yeah, he
it
does.
crashes in Bean Kingdom, and then you kind of make your way through there. You're going through these different regions of it, coming across different NPCs who give you a little bit more of the story. But you're only playing as Mario and Luigi. That's the thing. Like Mario and Luigi are your 2 party members. You're leveling them up. You get gear. Like you can equip an accessory and a different the outfits don't change, but a different type of overalls.
Sure.
To improve your stats. Basic item usage, but otherwise, it's pretty much just like a on steroids version of the Super Mario RPG formula.
Sick.
And then that duality, just having to get used to A/B. The world traversal stuff is maybe where I got tripped up the most because of the limitation of the GBA button interface.
Yeah.
So there are parts where there's a combo move where if Luigi's in the back or something and his jump can become a high jump, so you do the input B whatever B and then a time B input, he will jump higher to a higher ledge that you couldn't reach, and then you have to start swaps your spots, and that's who you tell will be able to use their special because they'll change on the icons above, and then Mario's is a spin one where you can cross gaps, and there are parts where you got to keep constantly changing those, and I was kind of messing up sometimes, and then if you want both of them to jump, if they have a special equipped, the person with their special will try to do their special. So they're chat told me there's a quick hot key thing you could hit 2 buttons at the same time that disables everything. That takes a little bit of getting used to. So that was a little bit of a limitation. But other than that, I was pretty impressed by how much they were throwing at you to just traverse the world. I did mention one thing, Huber, about like the graphics. Like, I mean, it was probably impressive for the time, but since I didn't play it at the time, there were a few points where I had a hard time telling what was foreground, background stuff. I'm like, oh wait, can I interact with that? Oh,
but
okay.
I'm just so impressed with the Game Boy Advance emulation on Switch. Like, great way to play these games. It looks so nice.
Yeah,
It's nice
Like
when
on
I'm
a
playing
big
TV.
like blowing that up on a big TV and for it to look and run so perfectly,
Definitely
like awesome.
looks much better in handheld mode though. Like and like playing in an OLED.
Yeah.
both like this and Minish Cap looks so good.
Yeah, I believe it.
Really, really good. If you have that OLED model, or you're thinking about getting one, this is a good reason to get it. Like a lot of charm in this game. Like even like the save thing being like it's a passport, and you're writing the location and then stamping it like you've like traveled to that spot. It's got like good theming in it as well. And bosses, I think they had like pretty good gimmicks to them. What was the one with like the two buff arms and like a crown, so like you have to take out like the arms, but like they do these like attacks, like this pound attack, and you like gotta like time like the dodge
it
of
was
like
like a
jumping
different dodge
and like they
form,
each have like a clue. Like the first boss like kind of like says the names like red and like Luigi, Mario. It says something in red or green, which indicates where the attack's going. But later on, you got to pay attention to visual cues because you don't always know where the attack is gonna go. Might hit Mario, might hit Luigi. Some of them are like was a bouncing orb thing where it's like this one's going at Mario, so Mario has to jump, or if it's going at Luigi, Luigi has to jump over it. But then there's like they vary their animation a little bit. Like what happened? Oh, if you actually jump, you'll get hit by it. So now you have to learn like when not to jump, when to jump. So it's like that little layer of complexity that each boss battle just like adds on as you progress through them. It's like a really nice like difficulty challenge to it, which keeps it pretty interesting.
Yeah, sounds sick.
Oh yeah, you'd love it, Brad.
Duff wrote and said, I caught the Mario and Luigi stream and it brought back pleasant memories of the game when I played it on GBA Advanced. I feel like the franchise kind of burnt itself out pretty quick. Its sequels introducing new gimmicks like Baby Mario Brothers, Paper Mario, and exploring dreams that felt like they deviated too far from the simplicity of the original. Similar to the Paper Mario series, it kind of let go of being a my first RPG in favor of more of an advanced adventure series. Would the Allies like to see the series come back someday, and what would you like to see from it?
I've always heard Bowser's Inside Story is the best
Well,
one.
they redid those as well. There's DS version or 3DS versions of some of these as well. Unfortunately, Alpha Dream's gone, so it'd be a little weird. I mean, maybe another studio could take over, but like the studio behind it pretty much, is not around anymore. I did play like the Dream Team one or the one with the Dream, like Luigi Dreams or something. That one was like just okay. But like Paper Mario specifically definitely needs to like maybe the last one, Origami King, was definitely an improvement. But I really wish they could get back to its roots. Like Paper Mario and Thousand Year Door are the two best ones.
Yeah.
There's so many memorable moments in those two games, and they just have so much personality that I think I would really like to see them be able to like return and try another one of those style. But I know there's a lot of Mario and Luigi fans.
Yeah.
And if they could find another studio that could like kind of carry the mantle and maybe give them one that's more in the style like this one or the first few ones, that would be a lot of fans would be happy with that. I mean, they can even do like a and some of them got updates, but like what they're doing with like Advance Wars, like every they wait long enough, they could like go back and revisit it and update it like visually. Like I know, Superstar Saga, it it looks good and stuff, but like completely like reimagined or something would be like a
I
nice
just want Super Mario RPG and Kingdom Hearts, dude. Let's go.
I mean, that's what everyone wants.
Let's
Everyone wants
go.
like Super Mario RPG 2, but
In Kingdom Hearts, Mario and Mickey face to face with Sora. You couldn't either just break it. Like, that's it. Peak video games right there.
I just want like Nintendo
That's
RPG, honestly. It doesn't have to be Kingdom Hearts. Like this Nintendo making like a Super Mario RPG game, but like it doesn't need to be like Square Enix collaborations, them like making lend them characters from different franchises, like the Smash Brothers of RPGs. We got Mario Kart kind of like going in that direction. We already had Smash. It's like Mario RPG. That's the series. I think like that's another potential. Like that is where you could expand with that, man. That would be sick.
100%
to see that.
You think Final Fantasy Tactics will come before Mario RPG, though, right?
I mean, that remaster.
It's like
Tactics
Yeah, that
is probably
remaster's
happening
coming.
way
Yeah.
faster than that. Yes.
Yeah. I wonder if they would remake Final Fantasy Tactics or like make a new one.
It's gonna be like Tactics Ogre probably.
Got
It's
it.
gonna be probably the War of the Lions version.
but like
redone.
with some.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
some
don't
bells
know
and
if they
whistles.
will make a new Tactics though.
Maybe in the
Yeah.
future, but this would probably be first.
Word.
Cool. Yeah, that game sounds great. I never played any of the Mario Luigi games, but they always looked fun.
Yeah,
Maybe one day I'll get to them.
Yeah, hopefully they add the other ones as well.
Yeah, definitely. Okie dokie. It is time for some emails. If you would like to send an email, head on over to patreon.com/easyallies. Join the $5 and up tier, and you can send an email for this show, for the Easy Allies podcast, a bunch of other stuff. You can join the Discord, all that good stuff. We would greatly appreciate it. Alrighty. The first question is from Zach Wojnar.
What up? What up, Zach?
I'm on a diet and slowly losing weight in an effort to get back into my 2017 wardrobe again. I've tossed all sweets with one exception. I'm a diet soda guy. My current favorite is Dr. Pepper Zero Sugar with cream soda, but I also like Coke Zero, Diet Mountain Dew, and a good old-fashioned seltzer water.
Okay.
I know I should stick to the water with lemon juice, but it is what it is. I'll reevaluate that part of my diet when I hit a certain weight threshold, hopefully by summertime. What do you like to drink, and what would you recommend to me and people like me who maybe ordered just a bit too much takeout during the pandemic?
I mean,
Water.
yeah.
Fucking love water.
If you can drink water, definitely try that. Especially like try sparkling water.
If you need some carbonation.
Flavor, yeah. If you want flavor and stuff, like
Yep.
what is the thing I'm looking for? Like ethereal. Sorry, they mentioned diet sodas, but just came out like a substitute sweetener thing is linked to some like more bad like shit. Like like it starts with an E or whatever. Coke Zero doesn't have it apparently, but like a lot of the other diet drinks have it. And it's like really bad for you, like heart attack stuff. Like it causes like apparently like increased rate of heart attack. So I mean, one way or another, like it just seems like the human body does not like artificial sweeteners. It's just like kind of bad for you. But it is better than drinking regular soda. So like if that's a first step, obviously, like that's
Yeah, you're not having
like,
calories.
hats off to like doing this
or
first
sugar.
step. But I would recommend highly switching to carbonated water. There's so many different brands. Like they all taste a little bit different. I think the variety there, you'll bound to found one that like comes close enough, like a LaCroix. How do you pronounce it? LaCroix. Yeah. Like there's literally like a lime flavor one that tastes like lemon or lime Skittles. Like
there's good
but
ones
like
for
it
sure.
has no calories, no sweetener. It's like it's just carbonated water. There's
What's,
like Perrier. There's Topo Chico.
Topo Chico's so
and
dank.
there's like Simply Organic. There's like a whole bunch of different brands, like in almost every like American grocery store.
Was that a myth that Diet Coke was worse for you than regular Coke? Or like diet soda's worse for you? That's what I always heard. I heard diet is way worse for your body.
Some of them used to have some like, and now apparently some of them do again. But like there was like Coke Series had aspartame in it, which was like found out to be like destructively bad for you.
Got it.
Like it was like you should probably drink regular soda over that because
but now it's different.
It just depends on the soda.
It's a case by case basis, but like obviously, for a lot of people, the first step is like just cutting the calories will help a lot.
Yeah.
And diet soda also doesn't. I mean, I guess I haven't had diet soda forever, but I mean, it never tasted as good as regular. So it was like a good stepping stone towards getting to carbonated water, which I think is like, for some people, it's gonna be an acquired taste, or even just going to hard water, like like cold turkey to water. You're losing flavor basically, and I know a lot of people don't like that and the softness of it compared to like soda, which is it's a soft drink, but it's definitely harder tasting. But other
washing down fast food with a soda, dude, legendary combo.
other drinks besides like healthy drinks. Let's indulge. I'll indulge a little bit.
I was ready for you to go off.
Let's go.
Huge on Gatorade.
Huge
on Gatorade. I love Gatorade and water.
As a kid, I used to drink Gatorade a lot because I played sports. But very early on, I was taught like it's not a drink you drink unless you're need to electrolytes.
Yeah.
But like milk tea, like I like matcha, jasmine, and all different sorts of flavors of milk tea. I still technically
Thai tea, dude.
Yeah. I still technically like a drink or two from like Starbucks, but I very rarely go there. I get there like this black iced tea, but like they're frappuccinos. They have some seasonal ones that like I'll get once.
Yeah,
it's a milkshake. Yeah, like you're getting a damn milkshake.
I haven't had one in so long. That actually sounds dank right now.
Actually, it's been really hard to struggle to find like a good. the last good milkshake I had was the Basic Witch Halloween themed shake from Jack in a Box in October.
Basic Witch, it's so good. What a name.
That actually was really good. It was just pumpkin spice Oreos cookie and cream, which is a fantastic mix. Like they nailed that one.
Yeah.
What about you?
So when I dieted for a while, I just had like iced tea a lot, stuff like that.
Iced tea right
Arnie
here.
Palm.
Yeah, and like Darwin's like sparkling water and stuff like that. I had like a diet soda occasionally, because like for me it wasn't going cold turkey wasn't gonna work as well for me. I just like small increments is what worked for me. Slowly taking things away.
Brad loves that DP, man.
I do,
Dude.
but I haven't had
Dr. Pepper is really good.
I don't really drink like normal soda though anymore.
I really only have soda now when I get past food.
It's always
That's
like zero sugar soda if I do or something like that, or a diet.
Huber, Dr. Pepper, when I drank soda, Dr. Pepper was my favorite.
Yeah.
And Sun-Kissed Orange Soda was my
super good.
I was
Legendary.
addicted
Super
to
good.
that
Yeah.
shit.
absolutely legendary.
Yeah, that or like, coffee's fine, I guess. Too.
Yeah, I think
yeah,
I drink
yeah.
so much coffee
Yeah.
that it has helped eliminate soda. Again, really the only time I get a soda, like I'll never just have like
a soda by itself.
like
Rare.
rarely.
Yeah,
Like,
it's rare
sometimes
for me
here
to
if
do
I need
that.
a Coke or something.
with food.
Yeah.
If it's with like my Big Mac meal, dude, and a Sprite.
Like black coffee is same. Black coffee is like tea. Like I mean, there's obviously different stuff in each, but like black tea, if you're like, worried about like losing weight, like just like black coffee, you can add maybe like a little bit of like milk, but like you can't start adding creams and stuff that then no, it's not.
Yeah.
It also takes
Yeah.
so long to drink, and it's like such a process sometimes, coffee, that
Yeah.
like by the time you're fully done with it, you're just like done for a while.
you're good.
I almost like
Like,
never finished. It's like even small cups, almost like never finished them. But like I was like full. Whereas like tea, like Also, like there's like so many different types of tea besides black tea. I mean,
tea's fun.
yeah, like there's like jasmine tea. That's like my favorite. I mean, just explore the world of tea, man.
Yeah.
Tropical teas. All
yeah.
this
So
stuff.
many teas.
Passion fruit tea. A lot
like,
of places used to
yeah.
carry that stuff. Now,
Dude.
like it's hard to find.
Raisin Cane's sweet tea.
Okay, that's
obsessed.
that's
loaded with sugar.
That is
Obsessed.
super.
I know,
sugar.
but I am obsessed with that.
Okay, sweet tea does taste good, but
Yeah.
it's like probably worse than drinking soda.
Yeah. Keep at it, Zach.
Yeah.
Oh, I looked at the Peeps Pepsi.
Ew.
And I looked how many, like 70 grams of sugar and carbs in like the tiny, the regular sized bottle.
Can you,
personal
like,
bottle? That's insane.
Picture 70 grams of sugar here.
and carbs.
That is like,
holy shit.
Yeah, 70 carbs is a
Fucking-
lot.
dude.
That's a lot.
That I was like, oh my god.
Wow.
I was like, because I was gonna get one for like maybe like to try my cheat day. I was like, nah, I'm cool, I'm good. I don't need that much. I'm like,
Nah.
that's not worth it. Like,
One
there's
of my-
less sugar in the fucking frappuccino I
Yeah.
get. What the hell?
One of my all-time favorite bits from like when we were kids, Brad, is when Brad sometimes would have like a sip of Coke and be like, I can feel my teeth rotting.
Yeah.
Like in real
feel
time.
of the enamel.
I mean,
Yeah,
rotting off
enamel,
my teeth.
yeah.
My freaking grandparents just every time we drink soda, they're like, it's gonna rot your teeth and
Yeah.
stuff. Like, oh yeah. all the
Coke
time.
is like just so intense for me for some
like
reason.
destructive.
Just a normal Coca-Cola is
Yeah.
like insane.
yeah,
Tastes good, but it's just like
yeah.
it's brutal. Okay, this next one is from Koshimitsu. I've been really enjoying Octopath Traveler 2. It doesn't dramatically change the formula for the first game, but everything feels more refined with better storytelling, pacing, and interwoven narratives. We've been seeing a lot of HD 2D releases from Square Enix, with some other companies following in a similar suit, like Konami with the upcoming Suikoden remasters. Are there any other games you'd like to see receive the HD 2D treatment? I'm personally crossing my fingers for Terranigma. Love and respect.
Dragon Quest 3 is coming.
Dragon Quest 3 is
Yeah.
coming. Yeah.
I really would like to see more like retro, like either existing games or more retro, like similar types of games. But I would like them to be closer to like old school RPGs. Octopath Traveler 2, from what I played, was doing what it did very well for what it was going for. It's just a little too heavy-handed on the narrative for me. I was like, I kind of want to play more. I'm not. this is a little bit too much story.
Got it. Do you think it's front loaded or that carries through the whole way?
I imagine it carries the whole thing because like apparently it's like 70 hours to beat the game. So it's like, but like it's good to hear about the criticism of the first game about the interwoven narratives, like how they really paid off. It sounds like maybe there's more potential there.
Is it a direct follow up to one?
I don't know if it's like has any connection to one that I could. I didn't play one, so I have no idea. But it seemed very standalone ish, honestly. But maybe there's references I just don't know about.
Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, just like any. I think about like, dude, you could even just do that for the like Final Fantasy 1 through 6, actually making them HD 2D.
Yeah, they're gonna do that after Pixel Remasters coming out this spring. The collection. That'll be like the last release of it. Wait another year or two, they'll announce like
those
Sakaguchi. He's gonna remake one.
Sakaguchi's coming in. The
Yeah.
Final Fantasy 1 2D HD. Let's go. And you know what? He's gonna be so pressed by Jack. He's gonna force you to name the main character Jack. That's gonna happen, man. I can't wait.
Yo, is Jack in 14 yet?
No.
Oh,
Sadly not.
He's gonna be in Smash Brothers.
Dude, he's coming to 14 at some point.
I mean, you can
Wait for
remake
that
Jack
mission.
in the game.
No, but I mean like an official. You know how the lightning comes, like an
crossover?
official event.
They haven't like done.
Dude,
like
they
that
haven't even
type
done
of-
Cloud yet.
Yeah, like we've been waiting for the Final Fantasy 7 one. They kept saying something about maybe that happening, and people are expecting like a 16 crossover. But
oh yeah, 16.
like,
Count on it.
yeah, like they brought back a few of the old ones, but anyway, like it's been a while since we've had like a new like themed crossover like that.
All right. This question is from TJ Price. Hey guys, I'm pretty sure you've already been asked this question, but I don't remember which episode to go back to. So go back to. It's been a really tough month for me, and I was wondering if there's a specific game or series you return to when times are hard. Sometimes it's best to take a break from gaming, but for me, it's Kingdom Hearts. Focusing on bonds and helping others really centers my emotions. Plus, nostalgia helps a ton. Special shout out to Huber. Love you, dude.
Love you too. Usually when I'm like really depressed, I will play narrative heavy games in some form or another.
Right.
Whether that's like a Life is Strange or even like a Last of Us. Yeah, I kind of bounce around though. I'm the type of depressed human that seeks out more depressing things when I'm depressed. You know, it's like weirdly comforting. Like there's been studies about it. It's like empathy and all this shit, and like, you know, seeing other people's struggles and like relating to that. And, yeah. But it helps because I balance movies and shows with that. You know, because sometimes if I'm really bummed out, maybe I don't want to watch anything or replace something, but maybe I want to, you know, the other way around. Like, you know, go into a game or a movie or something. Like, kind of just hits me. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I have like a distinct game. I usually am the opposite of you, I guess. I like to play something happy.
Yeah, some like Super Mario.
Some Mario or some Zelda shit, usually. I don't know. Something I can get lost in, I guess. Anything that does that for me.
Yeah.
And I think maybe playing games with other people.
Oh, yeah, that's a good.
Like, so
Great
that,
call.
yeah.
Great
That's a good call,
dude.
So any kind of like something with multiplayer. Which,
Sometimes that
honestly,
can be exhausting, though. Sometimes that's a lot of energy to like do that.
I think it's not necessarily the game. It doesn't matter what game it is. It's just like having other people like, you know, talking and stuff. And so like it's like a good distraction because no matter what type of game I play, if I'm by myself, like I'm still like within my own like mindset and like I'm not getting enough like, you know, push from other people to like maybe like to help suspend that mode and like think about other stuff for a little while to just have like a break from it.
Totally.
So, but like it's easiest to accomplish that when like playing, you know, a game with other people together, just for like, and it's usually like either something like that can be like chill or something that's not too intense, where it's like, you know, doesn't require a lot of focus. It's just more like goofing around and stuff.
Yeah. Okay, this next question is from Brandon K. Gain. Hello, everyone. Currently, I'm making my way through Octopath Traveler. They were Octopatch Traveler. And I'm almost 50 hours in and only halfway through everyone's chapters. And I'm starting...
the first one or the second one?
2.
Okay.
Oh, wait. I don't know. They didn't say... I guess 1.
I mean, they're both pretty long, I think.
About 50 hours and halfway through everyone's chapters. And I'm starting to feel fatigued. So I wanted to ask, Whenever you play a long game, be it RPG, MMOs, or etc., do you have a point where you start to feel tired and want to move on to something else despite loving what you're playing? Is it a by hour mark, or perhaps is it a dependent on the genre? Or unless a game is legitimately bad game, do you never feel tired of playing a great game? Thanks for taking my submission if you do, and stay easy, fellow allies.
I get tired on like even short games. But I do make it a point to finish games.
Yeah, I think if like I feel this a lot if I'm playing like a long session of a game.
Yeah.
If I take breaks, it really helps me
Totally.
continue.
It's good advice.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like there's generally it's either a part of it's a point in a game where I see what it's going to take to do anything more meaningful. For example, like like I like to be very completionist in Fire Emblem games as close as possible. They're really hard to 100%. But like I will play and give like a good attempt on it. But with like Engage, to get a lot of the stuff, it's very grindy. Once you beat the game, like what its alternate, like it didn't have the alternative of a new game plus like Three Houses, where it's like, oh, I can carry over some of my stuff, but I'm gonna play with like a whole new story. Like that's why I think Three Houses to me just spoke to me a lot better.
Sure, yeah,
because it's like so much. There's such meaning in going through again multiple times, and Engage was like, I'm not getting any new narrative. I'm just literally doing the same battlefields with maybe like different enemy placements and just grinding away, and it was just I was like, at that point, I'm like, no, I don't need to keep going with this. Like, I'm not gonna even try. Or yeah, I'm with you. Like, we're, maybe taking like breaks from a game for a little while, like just taking like a day off from a game and then like coming back to it because it's like, yeah, I played so much of that game and. There are definitely games where I feel I want to get back to it. Like, I'm just physically tired, so I have to stop. Like, all right, I cannot play anymore. I'm just damn tired. I'm going to go to sleep, but I can't wake up to, like, play this game again, man. I don't want to go to sleep. Yeah. And then there are just, like, games that, like, the games I play frequently that I just say, there's, like, a time limit where it's, like, I press a certain point, I'm like, I'm just, I'm bored. Time to move on to do something else.
Fair.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Fair enough.
Usually when I bounce out of a game these days, it's like just happens randomly. So like Witcher 3 and Dying Light 2 I was going through, but then like a lot of time went by and now I'm like, I'm probably done with both of those, honestly. I'm probably just done.
I get that too.
Yeah. Just like when so much time goes by, it's like, all right, that's it.
That's it. All right, final question is from Robert Lee. Hey, allies.
Hey.
Have you played any games that broke you? Moments in games that got you rattled, sweaty palms, and banging your head against the wall, where you had to muster all of your gaming skills and knowledge to overcome. These are some of my examples. Metal Gear Solid 2 VR missions were brutal for me. I broke the controller at one point. I blamed the control schemes of that game. Metal Gear Solid 4, getting the big boss emblem, getting through every little section of the game.
Extreme?
I guess. Felt like a massive achievement, in particular on the rails bike section in Chapter 3. Got me to the breaking point.
Dude.
And you can't use any healing items or kill anyone. Getting through it felt like a dumb luck. Worst of all, when I finally got through it, I realized I'd killed someone and had to redo the painful section. Damn you, Kojima.
Damn.
Devil May Cry 5, The Bloody Palace. This almost brought me to tears. I've spent so many hours in this game, I know how to deal with almost any scenario, and it's not even that difficult yet. I just couldn't stop failing. Stupid mistakes and nerves would cost me 2 to 3 hours of progress each run with nothing to show for it. Losing on the final stage just destroyed me, like losing the World Cup finale.
Dude.
On Pentalace. It took me almost a year worth of attempts to finally beat it. Most recently, God of War, the taking on 3 Berserkers. I hate this fight with a passion. It's absolute BS. I was only playing on the normal difficulty, but it didn't help myself from being underleveled and dying in one hit. But I was too stubborn to walk away. I only came to my senses after wasting an entire day almost destroying my hands on the diabolical fight. Eventually got through it after beefing up. It was still a challenge, but no victory. But the victory felt hollow. Thankfully, my Mimic tier took care of most of Elden Rings while I was chilled, so no issues there. Love to hear your experiences. Love and respect, Robert Lee. Almost breaking. I don't know.
I've never been to that breaking point, but the one that broke me the most, definitely Ishin, Sword Saint.
Oh, God.
Dude, mental damage times a billion.
Yeah.
Like, had the day off that day. I will never forget this day. Had the day off, house to myself, had nowhere to be, had all the time in the world. Hour or so goes by.
Mm-hmm.
Another hour goes by. Legitimately in my head, like, maybe you just can't beat this. Maybe you just won't beat this. You made it this far. You can maybe just watch the ending online.
doubt.
Like, so much doubt, dude. So much psychic damage. Just didn't think I could ever do it. And then I was just like, no. Like, I'm not moving from this chair until I beat it. And I eventually did. Then I did it on the first try on stream that one time, dude. That was sick.
Damn.
First try, dude.
I streamed my first playthrough of that boss, and holy shit! And
4:30, boys.
I remember I kept.
I know.
I remember I
It's
kept.
actually 4:28.
4:28.
Yeah, you're actually early.
You're early.
4:28 and a half.
I remember apologizing to chat for keep continuously failing on it.
On what?
On Ishin.
Ishin? Yeah.
I kept saying sorry. I'm like, because like I would know, like as I learned more of the fight, I was like, I know. And when I make a dumb mistake, I'm like, I'm sorry, chat. I'm so
Yeah.
sorry. It's so intense.
Like, oh, I should have done that there. Right? It's like, you know what
please,
you need to
please
do.
don't be mad at me. I'm like, I'll try better next time.
So hard.
Yeah.
Insane.
When I was reviewing Sekiro,
Yeah, dude.
I remember the Demon of Hatred gave me a lot of trouble. And I was just
That's so fun. God, I love Souls because everyone has their own experiences. Like, first try or second try on that bastard.
Yeah, Ishin
because
wasn't
it's my
that hard
style.
for me.
That's so funny. Because Demon of Hatred is pure aggression. You charge that fucker. Do not relent. Don't give him an inch. Do not give that freak an inch. Destroyed that. But then Ishin, like, hours.
Yeah.
Hours, dude. God. Tower Knight originally. Demon Souls.
Sure, yeah.
First, like, brick wall fight, dude. How the hell am I going to beat this thing?
Sure, yeah.
Seems like
I could see
impossible.
that. Yeah. Hell of a fight.
Yeah.
Cool. That's it for this episode of Frame Trap, everybody. We greatly appreciate it. Remember, check us out on patreon.com/easyallies if you would like to support us. We'd greatly appreciate it. And we will see you all next episode. Take care, everybody.